What is up, everybody? It's Big Al here because TK's off today, but I got you guys covered for Pattison Ave Phanatics. Like I said, I'm Big Al.
I'm James Scorza.
I'm Joe Marks.
Dave Yarnell.
Frank Finnegan.
And David will be here shortly. We got the over-under in 7 minutes. So we'll let you guys know how that rolls out. But we have plenty to talk about. We'll be filling in. Like I said, I'm filling in for TK. For those who don't know me, follow the network a little further. I'm Big Al. You'll see me on Wednesday nights at 9:30. But there is a ton of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk Sixers, of course. This is the first time you guys are on the air, except for some of you guys at least, because we got to do a little reaction show the other night, 3 out of 4 of you. James Harden.
I don't know.
The James Harden, Ben Simmons is out. Everybody can be happy now. I'll start with you, Frank, even though people might have heard it the other night. Now time is settled. You're happier, less happy, or not happy at all with that move?
How can I not be happy?
Hey, listen, there's people out there who aren't.
You took a 0 that was hanging on in the locker room, and you replaced it with 23, 10, and 8. I'm having a real hard time not being happy.
Yeah, fireworks ring a bell.
And and then in retrospect, like the day after the trade, Ben says, "Well, I'm going to go join them in Miami." What happened to your mental health issue?
It disappeared.
You mean?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Well,
I
It's miraculous.
I think it was another word I wouldn't say, but I think it was BS.
I think the Eagles. I mean, there's a lot of the Eagles. I think the Sixers are getting a lot of national bad PR on this. I'm listening to the national guys, and they're ripping them for this trade. They say the Nets won this trade.
They're all on the Ben
they
Simmons trade. I would train.
Good luck with him. I mean,
it's because people still think there's hope for Simmons.
You know what? They haven't lived our nightmare for the last 4 years.
No.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, from a national standpoint, you would think they would understand.
No, but they're not. They don't live here. They don't live in our little pond.
Oh, they will now. They will now. Let's go. Go ahead.
Well, I can't wait till the first time KD criticizes him and watch him turtle up, because that's going to happen.
Did you hear that he called KD in tears, saying that he was so grateful to be in it?
That's a really bad move. You don't call a gunslinger in tears, because he just wants to kill you because you're just dragging him down. What you do if you're Simmons is go, I can't wait to play with you, man. You are an awesome player. You're a killer. You don't call him and go, they don't treat me very well. I mean.
Well, KD seemed pretty happy that he's a net now, from what I've heard.
Well, he has to be. He doesn't have a choice.
He's got to be a good soldier.
He doesn't have to be. But I'm telling you, KD. KD demands effort from his players.
Yep.
He got the role.
I think Ben will give it to him, honestly.
I don't think he will.
I don't think so.
Listen,
I think Ben's going to approach the game the way he
agree
always
with Dave
approaches it.
on this. I think he will give him
I think he will too.
Initially,
when he plays, initially when he plays in the regular season, he will see effort.
Yes.
And then everybody in New York will think, or in Brooklyn, I should say, will think, oh well. We got the better half. We got the young guy. We got him locked in.
Exactly.
We're going to be good until they go to the playoffs and watch him just
and then the clock will strike midnight.
I have a theory on Harden, and I've been thinking about this the last couple of days. I'm bouncing off you guys. See what you think.
Lost.
When he got disillusioned. Damn. 904.
Son of a.
I had 908.
I had 910.
I had 905. I was 1 minute.
In case you guys don't know, Damon just walked in and screwed all our pool up.
Listen, freaking out took the under.
Yeah.
When Harden was in Houston and he got,
I have faith in Damon.
when Harden was in Houston and
What's going on, buddy?
he was making waves to get out of there and put his fat suit on. He really wanted to get out of there. I mean, he really wanted to get out of there, and he didn't want to go to New York. But Houston wasn't going to make a trade with the Sixers, so he really wasn't motivated to play that great up in New York. And then this year, he's been left playing half the games by himself because KD's hurt and Kyrie can't play in New York City because he's not vaxxed. So, and he's not. I think
they're going to lift that eventually.
I think he's going to be born again next season. I think you're going to see a Harden who's going to come in here and go. You know what? We're going to have 2 MVPs on this team.
I don't think it's going to take as long. Honestly.
No, but he's got to get himself back in shape.
I know,
He's not in
I know,
full shape.
I know.
But I think you're going to see a born-again Harden next year.
Yeah, I think he's going to resurrect his career again next year.
I think he hasn't been motivated to do it.
Yeah.
And half a season with JoJo is going to go, you know what? Next year we can light the world on fire.
Sure.
Well, I mean, I saw it this way: is that everybody who said that Harden was just quitting on teams and like this is the guy we got. I think that you're not really like analyzing the situations he was in.
Yeah,
he was in Houston.
Yeah, Joey, explain that to me.
He was in Houston where at the time Dwight Howard was still a baby Dwight Howard.
Okay.
Like he was still it's not all me. And he went and he's matured since. And then D'Antonio comes in and is like, yeah, we have this center, Clint Capella, who's going to probably be good, but we don't need a center in the NBA. We're going to just trade him. And James Harden's like, what? You need a center in the NBA? No, we don't. We're going to do it. This is coming from the same coach that completely blew up Phoenix, completely blew up the Knicks, but yet
Did he blow up the Lakers too?
No, he was an assistant with the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, he was
an assistant here too.
Yeah, and I was like, get him as far away.
Out of here. Right.
Yeah. So, like, basically, this guy blew up these teams, and yet you thought he was going to do anything differently in Houston. James Harden's like, I need to get out of here. This guy's crazy.
That's when the fat suit came out.
So when he went to the Brooklyn Nets,
I got one of those fat suits.
Anyway, so let's go back to Oklahoma City. That's what I want to go.
Well, no,
because he played with KD in Oklahoma
City. He left there because he wanted to get paid, and Oklahoma City said point blank.
But yet him and KD couldn't get it done there. So what makes you think he's going to do it?
Well, KD, and Westbrook couldn't get it done there.
Okay.
They were all
that's
three.
What I'm saying.
I think he'll feel good here, Dave. Honestly,
but here's my point: is like the Nets. He goes there, and he's sold. Okay, you're going to be surrounded with KD. You're going to be surrounded with Kyrie. You're going to have a lot of protection. You're going to be insulated. Okay, fine. I'll go there. Pandemic hits. Kyrie's not vaccinated. Kyrie plays a crybaby once again, like he did in Cleveland, like he did in Boston.
I think they'll lift that up in Brooklyn, though.
No, but
I do.
He's,
I don't know. Hold on, Dave. I don't know if they'll lift the non-vaccinated part. They're going to lift the masks. They already started in New York.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't know. I don't know because think about it. Your kids have to be vaccinated in certain ways to go to school.
I get it.
So I don't know if the vax part will be lifted. They may at one point treat it like the flu one, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
I was listening to something. I forget what it was, but they were saying that in a month or two they were thinking about they might lift it. So we'll see what happens.
But
here,
in
Brooklyn.
You have to understand something too. Kyrie's still the baby. Like he's still the crying baby that he's been for 10 years.
The crying baby that can still play.
I'm not denying that.
Okay.
I'm not denying.
Okay.
I'm not denying that. But you have to be on the court to play.
I get it.
If he's not on the court,
he will be there on away games. So,
whoa!
Hey,
you still
they all count.
But what happens in the playoffs?
Okay,
it's a 7-game series.
I'm saying by the time the playoffs come around, that might be lifted, and by the time that might happen, and then they'll get home games, and then Kyrie will be ready to go.
Here's my point. So Harden was sold a bad bag of goods on both Houston and Brooklyn.
Why are you defending this guy?
It gets better. So he basically, whether it's his agent communicates it to Morey or not, he's like,
he doesn't have an agent, by the way.
Okay. So he communicates. So he's his own agent. So he's allowed to communicate.
He has a business manager.
Right. Yeah. So he communicates to Morey. Okay, if I come here, are you guys gonna blow up something, do something crazy, like trade Joel Embiid, like something crazy gonna happen? No. Okay, is there a baby in the locker room? No, we already got rid of him.
He's gone.
So, okay, what do I have to do? Feed the big man and get your shots. Okay, good enough.
The way that the team is now structured now, rather, is that we didn't get rid of any of our key players like Maxey or Thibault, which is actually
the future.
The future is still bright.
And
exactly
I agree with
right.
you on that. That's fine. I'm okay with that. My point is, see, you guys are all saying, "Oh, Ben's the baby, Ben's the baby." I understand Ben's the baby. I get that.
But I think the team, the price they paid to get him is like you gave him away for pretty much. I wouldn't say nothing, but you But you got him for an actual good price.
But why Curry? Why did Curry have to go?
Why not?
Well, Curry's a journeyman. He's not
hold on. I want to know why not, Dave. Why not Curry?
You just got rid of a shooter.
All right, hold on. I'm giving you the choice.
Steph Curry had the point because Simmons couldn't. I'm sorry, Al.
That's all right. I want to give you a chance. You're Daryl Morey right here.
Okay.
They came with this final accepted offer here, but you get to swap out Curry for anybody else on the team. Tell me who and why. In realism, I'm not talking about some bench piece. That's
I'm not. First of all, I'm not getting rid of Curry. End of story. Because
why is Curry untouchable?
Why not?
For you?
Because he's a shooter and he's good in the playoffs. I want somebody who's going to.
He's been inconsistent
in the playoffs. He shoots the lights out in the playoffs.
I get that, but
who else are you giving? Who else are you giving up then?
Yeah.
Who would you rather give up instead of Curry? That, let's be honest, that Brooklyn's
it's a tough call. It's a tough call.
So Dave, I kind of like when a trade went down. You know, I love Curry. We have a Curry. That's my dude.
I know.
You text me, and I. So what happened was I immediately called my brother. I'm listening to the cousin tune, and that's when it broke. Boom. So I'm like, I hit my brother up, and then my buddy hits me with the drum, and I'm like, oh man. But when I sat back and I thought about it, this is the reason why they had to trade Curry. You bring in Harden, who's going to be either your one or your two. Let's say he's going to be the point guard.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the young Maxey goes to his natural spot, which is the two.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, they're still teaching him to be the point guard. Doc said that. He said, I want to teach him to be the point guard from now.
Right.
He's going to be on the Harden's wing.
Right. So when I thought about it, again, I'm with you. I'm like, Dad, you had to give up Curry. But it makes sense. One, Al knows this, and that league is always money too. So the money factored into it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as playing, they had to move Curry because you weren't going to pay Curry what you were paying him to have him come off the bench, right? Mm-hmm. And also you still have Korkmaz. So it made sense that I had to move him because now Maxey's going to be my two in the backcourt with Harden.
See the way,
and I get it. I get people like emotions about it because like and Joe and Tobias, shout out to them, spoke. They said they gave Curry and Drummond their props last night. They said that's just tough. Those are our teammates, but they understand it's a business. So when you look at it, they had to move him.
I got to ask you a question.
Yeah, I agree, Dave.
I got to ask you a question.
Before you do that,
Okay.
real quick. James Harden, okay, 23-10. I get that. That's fine, and I'm okay. If you're okay with that, that's fine. Now, I'm thinking Harden's going to take the points away from Maxey. That's what I'm thinking.
Well,
that's what I'm seeing.
I get your point there, but listen, a team's only going to score
only
X
one
amount
ball.
of points, and there's only one ball, and it's just so you can't worry about Maxey not getting his. Like last night, Maxey had on
with Harden on the court, he will not get his. That's
not-
what I'm saying.
that's not true.
I don't know about
Yes,
that.
it is.
What
Your boy does nothing but shoot.
What does Harden? Wait a second. What does Harden
Joe, tell me how
average?
many
Hey,
Joey,
David.
tell me how many
Dame,
assists he averaged.
Dame. What does he average in his career for assists? In
10. I get it.
Yeah, he's got 10. Yeah.
Then he's not just a ball hog.
And,
he's not Westbrook.
And he was dishing
He's not Westbrook.
Although they only played 16 games
not.
together, he did dish to KD and Kyrie. Only played 16 games together. He's changed his game.
He's an
He's
offensively
fatter,
aggressive
he's slower,
facilitator. Is what he
He's
is.
32.
Uh-huh.
What are we going to get from?
So Dave, here's the deal.
What are we getting from?
So you're gonna not put this deal through?
No,
because of Curry.
Because I personally feel the Nets
were gonna stop
I feel
the
the
deal
Nets won the
because of
trade
Curry.
No, how?
because think about it. Kyrie, Ben,
KD.
Patty Mills,
KD.
KD. You're telling me they didn't win the trade?
So they didn't. Here's the deal.
Yes,
They didn't win the
Here's
trade.
the deal.
they did.
They got a
Here's the deal.
zero.
Here's the
They
deal.
got a zero.
Right now he's a zero. Wait
He's
till
a
he
ze-
gets to Brooklyn.
He
He will
watched
not
him
be.
for the last 4 years.
He
He's
will
a
not
zero.
be a zero when he goes to Brooklyn.
He's
I
a
guarantee
zero.
it.
So I thought about
Guarantee it.
I'll
So I
bet
thought-
you right now.
He's going to
that guy
greener
has the same numbers.
He's
in the playoff
going to
round
greener
with them than he
pastures
does
where he's
now.
going to actually play for Brooklyn because
right.
he did not want to play here.
So Al,
Let me-
He did not want to play
One
here.
second, one
I
second, one
love
second, one
it.
second.
End of story.
Rails.
No, I'm okay.
No, this is
I don't
beautiful. This
look
is
at
a
rails.
PTI.
I know you guys do the whole rails thing. When it comes to sports shows, rails don't even exist. But hold on. What do exist are sponsors. So I'm going to talk about sportstrips.com.
got us again.
Pay the bills.
Yeah.
Pay the bills.
But the best place to get, if you're a passionate fan like we are, you go to phillysportstrips.com, and there is different ones. You can go to spring training, ultimate LA basketball trip, which is still available, by the way. You can go to the Clippers, you can go to the
31.
Lakers.
31.
You can get that all in one weekend. Be in LA, be with Philly Sports Trips, and having a great time. There's also an Orlando trip that's still available that you get both spring training if that's
If
happening.
there is happening.
And also
Yeah.
the Sixers Magic game. Right now that's sold out technically, but I just talked to Vince. He said it's open for the package except for the travel. You want to do your own travel, you can get down there. The rest of the package he opened up a little wider. So these trips go fast. So you have to check them out. Even the Nashville Predators one, the Flyers. You're like, wait, really? The Flyers? Great trip, trust me.
Oh no, that's a great.
No.
I go to Nashville, but I'm not going to the Flyers though.
Because I know people look at that one. They go,
By the way, that stadium, I've been down to Nashville. That stadium is like 2 blocks away from Broadway.
It is. Yeah.
So-
Yep.
So's the football stadium. It's right
Yeah.
across the
Right down the street.
river.
So and also another big trip. They're going back to Vegas. They had such a great time in October. They're going back for the draft. And the other big one is of course Scotland. You can go there, watch the British Open.
That's your trip.
I would kill to go on that.
Frank drools a little bit just every time I mention this shit.
Drool.
That's all I can say on the air. without
Fluid
offending
came
people.
somewhere else, not
Oh
from
my
his
God.
mouth.
I would kill to be there.
And don't forget the amazing network here at Edge of Philly Sports. Mondays with the Broad Street Bully podcast. Joey Sheeran's Mailbag, of course. Talking Philly Sports with Matty B on Tuesdays. Then Wednesdays, we had Philly Press Box Radio really kicking ass this week.
Yeah, man.
With a great Dick Vermeil right before. They literally got him the day before he was
Is that what they got
the
day
Hall of
before?
Fame.
They got it
Wow.
the day before.
Ed
He did get
Barkowitz
in?
from the Inquirer.
Yes.
Of course, me and Joe on Wednesdays. I put out a video. I owe James a huge apology because he actually had
No worries.
James, tell him who you picked for the. You know what? We'll save it for later.
I'll save it for later. It's all good.
Let him wriggle a little bit. Let him find out the hard way. And don't forget, of course, right here.
It's called a tease.
Yeah, right here for Pattison Ave Phanatics, of course. And don't forget Dolan's Bar, the most Delco bar. The best bar you can do. You can meet celebrities there. You can have a great time. Great quizzo. Dolan's Bar right here, 24 East Sellers Avenue in great Ridley Park. Check it out, guys. All right, so real quick. I want to. I don't want to lose what we just had.
Now I got a question for him.
But hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm going to break down to you why, Dave, you're wrong. I'm sure you hear this a lot.
I hear it all the time.
No, but in essence, after
Please,
looking at
my
this,
God.
I kind of took a piece of paper and I drew it out and all that. In a trade, you're not going to get a bag of balls for Harden, and we weren't going to get just Harden or a superstar of any caliber for just Ben Simmons. We're all agreeing on that, right?
Yes.
So you got to pay to play, right? So they're going to want something out of the deal. Can Ben Simmons have this like epiphany, a resurgence in Brooklyn? He could have it anywhere, but it was not going to happen here. So in my eyes, we traded Seth Curry and an Andre Drummond, who we could sign at the end of the year if we want him for next year.
That's true.
For Millsap and Harden. And we gave up a first-round pick, which is going to be useless for the most part. Anyway, Ben Simmons is – I don't care if he is like the next Michael Jordan or baby LeBron or whatever the heck they were calling him when he first came here. If he does not play, he is a nothing burger. It is what he is.
Okay.
So if he goes to Brooklyn and we pay for, he somehow starts wanting to play again, and if the reports are true that he was crying or whatever it is, so be it. I'm glad he's happy because it wasn't going to happen here. So you got James Harden, who is still, we could easily say he's top 10, maybe even top 5 in the league right now, right?
I wouldn't go that far, but go ahead.
You're not saying James Harden's not top 10?
No.
Really?
Give me your top 10 right now.
Yeah, I was like, what's the top 10?
KD.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see. Tough decisions.
Joel. has to be
Joel.
in there.
Joel, yeah.
I was say definitely Embiid.
The guy for Lukic.
Jokic.
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 Let's see.
Antetokounmpo?
Who?
Giannis.
Oh,
Giannis.
Giannis.
Yes.
Is LeBron on that list?
LeBron on that list too. That's fine.
LeBron,
Yes.
you can put him in the top 10, but I question him a little bit right now, but that's fine. I'll give you that. LeBron.
Yeah.
Oh, he could be number 10.
Yeah.
Guy from New York.
Guy from New York.
Yes.
Is it
Who?
Saturday
Okay.
night?
Julius Randle.
What? Yes, Julius Randle.
Okay.
Really?
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Like him in New York.
Yeah, good player.
Oh my God.
Solid.
Yeah.
He's solid.
He's not top 10, though.
No, he's up there.
Wow.
You don't say you're
Okay.
top 10 NBA and say,
Wow.
oh, by the way, he's solid.
I'm just okay.
I'm taking Tobias on Julius Randle. I'm
Really?
serious.
Amen.
I'm dead
agree.
serious.
Amen.
And,
I like
by
that
the
shit.
way, the fact that you bring that up, now that Tobias is number 3, you might get more out of Tobias.
I'm dead serious. I'm taking him over Julius Randle.
Dave, I got to ask you a question.
I don't mean to put you.
I don't know much about Randall's stats.
Before the
They don't
draft,
like him in New York.
Be-
He
before-
can't carry a team. He's a
before
role
the
player.
trade,
He's a role player.
what would
Yeah.
you say the Sixers' chances were of making the finals?
I think they had a good chance.
I need to find.
Whoa.
You need to tell me where you're buying your dope because that is
What?
really
No.
good
You
shit.
can tell me where you're buying your dope.
Whoa.
I understand.
Wait.
I don't believe you guys
Time
don't
out.
think this trade
I'm
the Nets
going
won.
to slow your roll
The Nets
right now.
won this trade.
There's no way they get by the Bucks
cannot
with
be
the team they
serious.
had.
Hold up.
No
Hold
way.
up.
I said they had a shot. I didn't say they were
I
good.
know
Hold
this
up.
guy here, I'm athlete.
You guys got him going to the conference finals. You guys got him going to the
David's
championship.
about to
but
walk out on the
they
They
have
got
a
so
chance
much
now.
better.
Hold up.
With Harden.
Yes.
Hold up.
Yes.
You have them possibly going to the finals with one arm tied behind their back. Really? Really?
Yep.
That is the most
Yeah,
preposterous
I was-
statement you've
I
made.
cannot believe
Oh,
I'm
I
here.
know what this is. He wanted Beal.
That's what I wanted.
Guess
All
what?
right,
Dave,
hold on.
Dave,
He wanted Beal.
Dave, that's still a possibility.
No, it's not.
Just
Yeah,
not
it
this
is.
year.
Not in this.
I think it is still
Not
is.
this year, but next year it could be.
He's not playing this year anyway.
I'm
He's
telling you, I'm
done.
telling you, not this
He's
year.
done.
He's done.
So, all right, hold on. Let me ask you this, Dave. You're upset because you think your trade piece of Ben Simmons is gone, and now you're not going to get a
Bradley
Bradley
Beal.
Beal or
Right,
Dame
that's-
Lillard.
that's
or
what I
something.
wanted.
Is that,
Yeah, I wanted
is
Bradley Beal.
is that what you're
That's
telling
it.
me?
Yes.
That's it.
All right, so
here's
hold
the
on.
thing.
Yes.
I disagree that we can't get him.
Not this
So
year,
what?
but
Not
next
this
year.
Yeah, and do you not tell me that James Harden enhances the flavor for a guy like Bradley
Guys,
Beal to want to come to the Sixers?
End of story. I'm not a Harden guy. I never was.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
I'm
No,
sorry.
no,
It's just
I
not to
agree,
say
but I'm
I don't
saying,
like
like-
Harden. I never liked him. I never.
Yeah,
did.
but how could you not like his game?
Because I
cannot,
don't.
You cannot like. I can't
I don't
stand
like his-
KD, but that guy's game is monster.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I can't stand
he
KD. I
can't
think
play
he's
with
a
other-
punk on the court.
Yeah,
Harden can't play with
But you
other
put him in a
teams.
Sixers uniform, you'd be happy.
So Dave, this
Damn
guy
right I would be.
Dave, the guy called up yesterday and broke it down beautifully. And I was like you at one time with Harden, dribble.
Step
Right?
back,
the air out
step
of
back
the ball.
three, step back three. That's all he does.
So let's go back
That's
to
not all he
OKC,
does.
right? The OKC era when he was six man coming off the bench and they went to the finals.
He was six man count. Yes.
and he was six man of the year on that team, right? He comes
Was he?
off, yeah.
Okay.
He comes off the bench, and then I was just listening this morning with D Liner, and she was saying how like he wanted to stay in OKC, but it was a difference of $6 million. So you know, Morey
That's what I
comes-
was saying. It's the money.
Yeah, Morey comes in and snatches him up. So now when he's there with was D'Antoni his first coach? No, it was Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale.
That's right.
Kevin McHale was his first coach, so he's playing a different style. And then they bring in D'Antoni and they bring in Harden, so he had to switch. I mean, Dwight Howard
in Houston.
In
I thought you
Houston.
meant in OKC.
No, in
No,
Houston.
in
In Houston,
Houston.
Kevin McHale was his
After Morey
coach.
got
That's
him
right.
first.
Yeah.
time.
And so, you know, he changed his game. So moving forward, even with the Nets, right, he did change his game a lot. Now, we know his defense is whatever it is with that, but we can cover that. But when you're talking about a guy who demands a double team, that's only a plus for us as Sixers fans because now
You got two guys to do that.
yeah, you got two guys, and we've seen and I've seen them put 5 dudes on Joe in the last couple of weeks. Like it's crazy. So
And he still scores.
he still scores. Now listen,
He's never played with a big like this.
never right. Harden's never played with a big like this. And what's going to happen is they talked about it last night. The offense still runs through Joe.
yes.
Don't get it twisted.
That's
They-
that's what I'm
They've
afraid of.
already
number
been
one.
on the phone. They've had the conversations.
Yeah.
Before they make those deals, they make it very, very clear. Frank, you know this.
Yeah,
Listen, man. I'll give you a prime example. When Moses came to the Sixers, Big Joe knows this. Big Joe, he knows it. When Moses came to the Sixers, the first guy, rest his soul, the first thing he said was, "This is Dr. J's team." Those was his first words out of his mouth. He said, "This is Dr. J's team, and I'm only here to help." So what I think is these guys understand. I'm 31. I want that championship. I've won MVP. I won Sixth Man of the Year. I won scoring champion. I want to hoist that trophy.
Yep.
What better position to be in than with this guy, right? He's only going to make Harden's game easier.
Yeah.
It's going to take so much pressure off.
And-
And Tobias is going to do the same as well.
Good point.
And Maxey.
Who's
And
gonna
to add to
spell Joel?
Damon's point, don't forget, in New York, he was playing with two guys who've already won it.
And I'm going to
Yes.
I'm
So
going
the hunger might not be there as
Yes.
much as it would be for James, and maybe that's one of the reasons he's like,
Who's going to spell Joel is my question.
well,
Oh,
that, yeah, all right,
well,
they-
so what
That's a
So what?
that's
So
a
what?
big loss.
What Doc can do is people talk about the bench. What he's going to do? This is beautiful.
Veteran
He's,
buyout.
he's going.
What,
That's
big-
coming,
big ball
but he's
ball?
going to mix in. Tobias is going to run with the twos. Maxey's going to run with the twos.
Yeah.
And guess who else is going to run with the twos while Joe's on the bench? Harden. Harden's going. So it's enough for everyone. Believe me, man. Matter of fact, I found this out last night. Harden wanted Doc to coach him back in Houston.
And Dame,
Harden went to Doc and said, "Man, can you come coach me?"
Dame, Me and TK used to go up to North Philly and play basketball with a couple friends of ours that we went to high school with, and I used to play the point guard position. All the guys usually, like, when we played, would be like, pass the sugar, and I'm looking at them like, what the hell are they talking about? Like, pass the sugar, share the wealth, baby, pass the sugar. Right, and I'm like, listen, in this team, there's going to be plenty of passing the sugar.
Yeah, man.
There's going to be plenty of it to go around. Move, man. And here's the thing that I'm going to kind of chime in with what Al's saying and what Dame's saying. This city always loves an athlete that is hungry for that championship. Mm-hmm. Joel is hungry for the championship. That is clear.
Well, we know
that is clear.
But see, that's the thing. Harden
but James is too.
No, he's not. No.
Hold on. I disagree with
Harden
that.
does not care if he wins or loses.
Hold on.
I think you got some blinders on it.
You got the blinders on. I do not.
I think you're Claude Girouxing the situation like Joey Marks would right now.
He's absolutely Claude Girouxing this.
Yeah, that's going to be the new term, the Claude
Girouxing. Sunday.
He's Bradley Bealing this.
Yeah, so can I ask you what report or what show does make you feel that Harden isn't caring about winning?
You're going to laugh at me for saying this.
You're going to say yes.
Stephen A.
Okay.
Wait.
I think we should just say his name.
Hold on.
I got a hold of punching this.
I want to give this guy a second.
Let it marinate. Let it marinate for a second.
So you're telling me you're basing this off one clickbait artist's thought?
Yeah, he knows his basketball.
And he's also bitter because the Knicks stink. Because at the beginning of the year, he was the Knicks, Knicks. The Knicks. Go ahead, Frank. Yeah, so he's got an agenda.
But did he think the same thing 2 weeks ago when he said on air, the Sixers are wasting JoJo's year?
He did say that.
They are wasting. They need to do something now. Yeah, and they did something. And guess what? Stephen A. was like, they gave them Harden? Are you kidding me?
His beef is with Morey, apparently, because Morey wanted Harden.
He changed his tone.
Yeah.
Now, listen, Dave, I will give you a little. My problem was I felt that Morey was so infatuated with Harden. Was he looking around? But I've said this 1,000 times since the whole are we trading Ben Simmons thing started since last summer, okay? And unfortunately, finding the right dance partner to get something out of there is nearly impossible. They're not trading Dame. They made that abundantly clear. They traded people around him so they could bring people in next year. They're already planning for next year. Bradley Beal is injured, does us nothing now, and you want to try to bring somebody in now who's going to make a difference. I know James Harden. You traded a young guy who might have upside, and the big word there was might have upside. And because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you how Ben Simmons is going to work out in New York. He's going to come in and he's going to show, like you said, flashes. He's going to look good. He's going to be all rejuvenated and ready to rock and roll. And then when he comes up small in New York,
in that market,
think that's going to be any better than Philly? If not worse?
I don't think he'll come
Here's the thing.
Everybody's going to do this.
You think Ben Simmons is going to be like this new player in the
grass is greener on the other side, and I think he's going to play better. I just do.
How many years?
Time will tell on that one.
I could be wrong.
How many years did we wait for him to develop a stinking 10-foot jump shot?
Well, I'm still trying to.
He tried that, and he effing blew it.
I'm still trying to understand.
I don't get this.
I'm still trying to understand Dave's revisionist history. I really am, because this is a guy that's had opportunity after, and I was the one that gave him a lot of those opportunities.
Me and you, dude. I was
okay. So the divorce papers are final.
Yes.
That son of a bitch is gone. So I'm happy.
Did he get the house, Joey?
Oh, I got the house.
Oh, you got, okay, just checking. With the pool, you got the one with the pool.
Listen,
hell yeah.
In essence,
you got a good
the divorce papers are signed.
Hold on. Basketball court. I was gonna say
the divorce papers are signed.
Did you get a Kardashian?
But we don't know who got what yet.
No, I don't do that.
That's my thing is we don't know who got what yet until it all settles out, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's
because
on paper.
Maybe both guys. Harden needed a new approach with the team where he fits.
He wanted to be. He wanted to be here
puzzle
last
piece
year.
Fits better.
He wanted to be here last year, but Houston wouldn't make the deal with Morey
because they were mad at Morey.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I went to New York. He's wanted to be here all along. Morey's his guy. So I guarantee you're going to see a born again Harden next year.
I agree.
What makes you think that?
Just to be sure.
What makes me think?
What makes you think Harden's going to come in here and just light it up.
What makes you think?
not?
What makes you
he
think Ben
don't?
Simmons is going to have this epiphany
Because Ben-
and become an
But
offensive
the story
monster?
is Ben didn't want to play here. We understand
Ben
that.
didn't want to play here at the end of last
And
season.
Book
Up
was
until
better?
then, he was fine. When he turtled up in the playoffs and the coach criticized him, that was the beginning of the end for Ben. Before then, it wasn't.
And-
Ben was like, he was a great player until the coach criticized him. This just happened this year.
And don't forget about the other
What
reports.
time machine are you in, Dave?
But you think Harden's going to come in here and actually?
You're damn right I do, because the guy's
Why?
produced every single place he's played.
That's true.
Every place he's played. He's never gone, I'm not going to produce. Even when he wore the friggin' fat suit, he produced. Now, come on, Dave.
Listen, I wear a fat suit
I
every
know
day.
you wanted Bradley Beal, but he ain't coming here. At least not this year. Harden was the best deal they could make, hands down. And guess what? They got him for nothing.
Dave?
Because as much as I like Curry, he's a defensive liability, and Atlanta proved that in the playoffs.
Oh, and Harden plays defense too.
Wait a second. Yeah, but you know
And
what? He
Harden
makes
plays-
up for it for his offense.
And what does Curry do? Same thing.
And hold on.
He's not that
The reason
consistent.
why Curry was
Is he
here,
a 23-point game guy? Is Curry a 23-point game guy?
He can be.
No.
No.
Is he?
he's
Thank you. He's 16 points per game.
Okay,
Dave.
so he's half his production.
16 points.
And guess what? When
45,
we
43
played
points line.
when we played the Hawks last year, what did they do when he came in the game? They went right after him because he couldn't
As
stop
far as
anybody.
his defense, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, his offense, he played well. I think
Yes.
he played well. But I'll say this, Dave. Listen, at the end, and Al kind of alluded to it. At the end of the day, it's on paper, but I just see. I think we're better. We're in a better position to win, to compete with those dudes.
exactly.
With
Than what
Milwaukee?
we were. Yeah,
Yes.
way
Yes.
better.
Yes.
Way better. And the only reason I say that, in that league,
Chicago?
man.
Yes.
Okay.
hell
Yeah, we would have beat
They're gonna-
Chicago
Well,
before the trade.
they were injured. Well,
They
We
were-
would have
I
beaten them before
Okay.
the trade. Like that,
They
those
play
teams.
Chicago in the playoffs. They're
Yeah.
gonna beat the brakes off.
Yeah,
of
we would have
Chicago.
beaten them even if they didn't make the deal. But
Yeah.
when it comes down to
God forbid
those
we don't
teams-
see Brooklyn in the playoffs. Then we'll see what happens. That's all
Well,
I
what
got
you
to
what
say.
you
Wait,
gonna
wait,
no
wait,
what you're gonna do is
whoa,
you're gonna give
Joey, I see the face. I see it.
No, what you're gonna do is
Okay.
get free frosty.
Time out.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, you think that like when we face Brooklyn, we're gonna be shitless, scared shitless?
I didn't say that.
I mean, that's exactly what you're saying.
think
It's
it's
like
No,
I
we're
think
going to
no,
be
no,
shoot.
I-
They're
no.
going to be shootless
I-
with Ben Simmons. That's what it's going to be.
bingo.
And I'm gonna
And
say,
KD, Kyrie. Yeah, okay, Joey.
okay.
We'll see.
And who
We'll
does
see.
Ben defend in that series?
Who does he defend?
Yeah,
We should
who's
hack a
Brooklyn-
Ben like-
who's
Oh, that's
Brooklyn
going
going to
down.
put Ben on?
Oh yeah.
It's going down.
Who's Brooklyn going to put Ben on?
Yes. Who are they going to put him on?
James Harden.
Nope.
No.
They're going to
And
put
Embiid.
him on JoJo, and JoJo is going to hand him his lunch and go, "Nope, I'm eating it."
They won't put him on.
Oh, I can't wait.
Ooh,
He said,
I
nope,
want
I'm
that.
eating it.
I love
want
that.
that.
I dig that.
I want that.
No, there's talk of playing him at the 5 in Brooklyn.
Can I have
They've
2
already talking
doses
about
of that?
Yeah.
They're talking about playing him at the 5.
Playing
All right.
Ben at the
That's
five.
All right,
Yeah,
guys. All I
they've
can say
mentioned
is
a
wait till the
couple-
Oh,
playoffs.
please
No,
do.
not started him, but like
Hold up.
like throughout the
No,
rotation.
they're going to have to
They're
play
gonna-
him on
they-
JoJo to stop him,
Dave,
and
this-
he's going to eat him up.
you can't deny this.
I can't
Here,
deny it.
here's the
no one
thing
can
you
stop
can't
Joe.
deny.
No.
In the playoffs, here's the difference between James Harden and Ben Simmons. In the playoffs, James not going to be afraid to shoot.
Yeah.
Ben already proved that he
He
is.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the difference maker. Whether you
He's
like
got-
it or not,
He's got a
that
mental.
is the
He's
difference
got a
maker.
mental thing about the foul line and making shots and missing them.
He, my buddy and I were talking like
We
you know,
Frosties for everyone.
think-
you
Now
know,
she's
you
gonna
know, you know, you know how when your mom
Now she's
calls,
going to put him in
Al,
situations.
you know how your mom calls you to the room, and you know, or your dad, you was about to get your butt whipped.
You got that? You got
Yeah.
your middle name and last name and everything all.
And you would take about 1,000 steps to get to the room. That's how Ben Simmons walked to the free throw line. He had that same walk. I'm like, I know that walk.
Now-
I was 8 years old.
You
Come
know what?
here.
There's gonna be
I
a,
know,
there's gonna be a nice little.
I know that walk.
There's gonna be a nice little
It'll be like Ralph
litmus
Cramden.
test for you, Dave.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not here.
I'm not afraid to be wrong. I've been wrong before.
No,
Obviously.
yeah,
Obviously.
But no, I've
Been rooting for the Cowboys your whole life.
Time out. Obviously. You've won one in 56 years, and you sit there and tell me this? Come on, man.
We've won one in this millennium.
Congratulations.
Hold on. This is my thing. It's going to be a real
I
litmus
know.
test here for Ben Simmons. Does he play on March 10th?
Nope.
I say he does.
Hold on.
No.
I'm not asking you guys to
No.
answer yes or no.
I say he does.
I'm just telling you.
He will.
If he doesn't, that shows me something. That shows me
Let's see how
because
many
let me tell you something. If he's going to come up small and he can't play with the Sixers, what makes you think he can play against the Sixers?
I think KD will be on his butt if he doesn't.
But what does that mean?
And what does
What
he
the hell's
do
it
when
that-
somebody
He's had
gets
an
on his
entire
butt?
Philly organization,
To prove-
fan base, and team up his ass. And you know what he did? He went home and played
took his ball and went home.
Or whatever
You
his
think
goddamn gamer tag
Katie's not going to
is.
stand for that?
And Ben
You
is
think
Ben's going to turtle up when he gets that criticism.
So Dave, you say
So wait a minute, hold on. So you're telling me that the Sixers organization, who has, and I give them a lot of the problems with Ben Simmons stem from that,
Yes.
because they allowed him to not travel with the team
Right.
and to be babied this entire time he was here, which built this up. So you think because he goes somewhere else and they're going to be harder on him, he's going to be like, okay, guys, you're right.
Nah, I don't see that.
I
Dave.
think
He's
he's
his
going
own
to
dude.
turtle up more. Listen,
I just
we're
believe
not
he
talking about raw
I just
talent.
believe he didn't want to play here. That's all I'm saying.
No, I don't
And-
think he wanted to
and-
play here
and that's-
either.
This
but I
wasn't
don't
an
think
issue
he wants
before
to
the end of
play
last year.
basketball someday.
But I think being somewhere
That's what I'm
else,
saying. I
being in a
agree
new
with
I think he's just a waste of talent.
being somewhere else and being in a new atmosphere, sometimes that makes you want to.
Who
that
said that?
motivates you
Wait a minute.
more.
Who said? Was that you, James? Who said he was a waste of talent?
Oh, yeah.
100%. You know why I'm frustrated with Ben Simmons more than anything? Because anybody here at this table and or listening or anybody in this fan base would kill to be on that court.
Yes.
And blood and sweat for this team to bring this city a championship.
Would kill to have the gifts that he has.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And he has the abilities to do so, and he could care
And
less.
I-
Do you think
Yeah.
he cares about New York anymore?
Nope.
I mean, I don't think he does. I don't think
I
he
think he
cares
has-
about anything.
And he's not going to finish his career there. I
No,
know
he's
for a
not.
fact that team reached out to him, and those guys are real. The Sixers is constructed are really close. They reached out to him several times, and you know, I love Joe. I love Joe, man. Joe is so real and so beautiful, and he gets it with Philly.
God forbid he goes down.
See, can we stop that?
Can we stop that?
No, honestly, no. You know why? We got to stop that. You know why? Seriously.
Thank you.
Dude has been playing healthy, knock on wood, keep it up.
And
he's changed his body. He's good. So with the he's good.
I
Dude,
took
if
the
y'all
Indiana
know that,
for
if
him.
y'all know that, give me a lottery number for tonight. I need one.
Wait.
That's what I'm at with that.
When I did-
Everybody, stop with that.
When I
please.
did that with Dak, I was in the wrong. When I said that Dak wouldn't last a year, I was in the wrong because I was wishing someone hurt. Now you're sitting here
don't
saying
do
the
that.
same thing.
No, I didn't
about
say,
Embiid.
I didn't say
Don't do
I wish him
that.
hurt.
He's not wishing it.
I don't wish upon
He's not
anybody.
wishing it.
No.
I said, God forbid he
Hold
goes
on,
down.
and I'm going with Damon on this. I think he's played well
I didn't
enough.
wish on anybody. I
He's-
would never wish on a player getting hurt.
No,
Never.
but I'm saying like,
Ever.
I think he's played well enough. We could take the injured-prone moniker off of him now.
I hope not. I hope you're right.
But you can't, and you also can't play like you can't think.
You
like
can't
that.
play scared.
No.
I get that.
Because James Harden can step out of his limo today and snap his ankle. We
Right.
don't know that.
No.
And Ben Simmons, a safe could fall on his head like a cartoon character. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you don't. Like, here's my thing.
Wait, could we make that happen?
Beep, beep.
An Acme safe?
Hey, Dame still has connections in New York, so
Hey,
we
man, I
can't.
give him a
Bottom
couple
line,
phone
guys.
calls.
Bottom line,
He needs to ride in the
I'm
truck.
not wishing bad on the Sixers. I love the Sixers. You guys know that. I love the Philadelphia 76ers.
Nah,
my
you-
favorite team.
you're-
I just don't like. I'm not a Harden guy.
No, that's
all.
fair.
No,
End of
that's
story.
understandable.
fair.
We'll end this
And-
conversation on this
and
great
that's
comment.
all I'm going to say is I'm not a Harden guy.
That's fair. Listen, listen. I was
entitled
opposed.
to.
We had this conversation last year. I was opposed to the trade when they were trying to get him from Houston. I was like, I don't want to give up because Joe. We were hoping and thinking because Ben was going to turn around. Here's the other thing. I would throw this to you guys. I was thinking about this last night.
Thanks, Chris.
So in the last 4 or 5 championships, how many teams have had more? Like I look at Brooklyn as a team of assembled players, right? Not one starter, or maybe Claxton is the guy they drafted that's on their team. But other than that, like not one starter is a guy that they drafted. On our squad right now, we have 3 guys that we drafted: Maxey, Thibault, and Embiid are starters on our team, right? They're homegrown. We had one, but we traded him to get Harden. So like when you look at like Milwaukee, they you have Giannis, but Middleton and Drew came from trade. Yeah, they came from trades. But like, how many teams have really like had homegrown players help them to win championships? I'm just in the past 5 or 6 years.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Right. The Warriors maybe.
It's it's a mercenary league.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a mercenary league. And I mean, it depends on what stars on top and goes, you know what? I'm going to go here,
Right.
and I need you to come with me and you to come with me, and let's go win this.
I think
And
the
that's
Warrior-
that's the way the league is.
I think the Warriors is the anomaly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
the
would have
anomaly.
won because they had
They're-
Clay, they had Steph, and,
they're
they
a
had, and Draymond, right?
they're kind of a throwback to the way teams were
And-
constructed in the 80s.
And right now,
Yeah.
if we move forward, the Sixers would be.
Yes.
So when people say the process failed, it didn't fail. Actually, this is the process. This is
yeah.
what the process was to
Absolutely.
get us.
Now, this is
to,
the process.
to bring those players like a Harden, whether you like them or not.
You don't get Harden without Simmons, and you don't get Simmons without the process.
Right, and you don't want to wait. Joe's 25, 27.
Yeah.
So you don't want to wait till Joe's 30. You want to get him now.
Yep.
When when that steak's on the grill, Dave.
And
it's sizzling,
Look,
right?
if he
can
take
it
all
off
I
now,
know,
right?
no, all I know is Brooklyn's got a Curry.
I saw it. I felt your eyes. I knew.
That can't play defense.
Brooklyn's got a Curry.
My mouth is watering right now.
Yes.
I heard
Yes,
a
they
theory, and we're talking about like moves to get moves
Right.
in the process. And I heard this theory, and it kind of made a lot of sense. Technically, we got Harden for Richardson because we got Curry for Richardson,
That's good.
and then we,
Yeah, we did.
Basically-
Who just got traded, by the way?
This is like 6 degrees of Harden.
no, it is, it is.
Al, do we know when he's making his debut, or do we know?
Tuesday.
And Paul
Earliest will be Tuesday.
and Paul Millsap, who I've always liked.
Yes.
I always liked
Is
Paul
he-
Millsap.
I
Is he
feel
in
like
Philly
that's
yet? Do
forgotten
we
a
know?
little bit because of the
I don't
James
know.
Harden
Okay.
situation.
They're going to
Did he-
keep him. He's a veteran. Doc
I
said
think
he's
he
going to
is.
play him at the 5.
Al's he in Philly? Do we know, or did he?
Yes,
He is. I heard he was either coming today or he was coming last
Yeah.
night.
Gotcha.
he came last.
exactly.
From what I heard, he was here. He arrived last night
Okay.
because he's doing the physical today.
I know Ben's in Brooklyn, isn't he? Or did he?
No,
Ben's
Ben
going
went
to Miami.
Ben went to
Oh, he went
Miami.
to Miami?
Go
Okay.
figure, Al.
With all his mental health issues.
Yeah, he
went to
found a way
Miami.
to get down to
Hey,
Miami
listen,
real
I can find a
fast.
lot of medicines in Miami to make my mental health issues go away for a short time.
Better weather down there.
No, and it's
There's another White House
88
down there.
Sunday.
when you start seeing him playing, Joey. I mean, Dave. Excuse me. When you start seeing him playing, you're going to change a little bit.
Who, Harden?
Yeah, you're going to
Okay,
change a little
maybe.
bit.
And it may not be the
I
first
don't think
game
so,
because
but-
Hey, Dave, let me ask you a
10
question.
games. I'm giving them 10
Dave,
games.
Dave, you get to the
10
end of the spring and the Sixers are holding a trophy up. Are you going to be all right with Harden then?
They're not going to hold a trophy up there.
Okay, I
What?
didn't ask you that.
Oh,
No,
I'm sorry.
but-
If they have the trophy,
Yeah.
say that one more time.
If they get to the end of the spring and they're holding up a trophy, you going to be all right with Harden then?
be summertime by
Nah.
then. That's not
I
good.
played with someone who dominated.
What?
Shout out to Dave. I
Oh,
dominated.
Jesus.
All right,
I get it now. With you,
No,
Dave.
no,
I get
no,
it
no,
now.
it's fine.
I get
No,
it.
no,
now.
Al,
It's cool.
they
It's the
said-
mush.
Hold up. They're saying
this way.
Wendy's is
No,
already
no,
doing
no.
a free frosting
Let's put it this way.
campaign.
Let's put it this way. I'll be happy.
hold
No,
on.
I'll be happy they won. That's fine, but I'm not going to the parade.
I'll
I'll tell you that right now.
Whoa, wait.
What? 'Cause he's
Hold
gonna
on,
mix.
hold on.
What? He's gonna miss.
I need to take the control for a second here.
Oh
I
my
gotta,
God.
Dave,
Oh
I
my
love
God.
you, Dave. I'm going to start with that.
he
So
say?
right now, you are out of your mind. What you just all this stuff before, I would have said, all right, fine. Dave has his opinion about Harden, whatever. But if you're going to tell me that the Sixers win the championship, you're not going to the parade because James Harden's on the
No,
team.
I'm not going to parade because I'll just be happy for him. I'm just not going to the
Are
parade.
you serious?
Wait, you're not going to the parade because you're planning on not
Am I
going no matter
missing
who.
something? Did
If
he-
Bradley Beal was on this team and they won the championship, are you going
I
to the
still
parade?
wouldn't go to the parade.
You're a lying sack of
I mean,
crap.
You're full of shit.
I know Harden likes his
not.
strip. I know Harden likes his strip clubs, but you know, I was
hang
a
on.
member
Daddy
at one
does.
point in my life. You know,
hang on.
come on, man.
Dave Eskin.
I think I
Right, exactly.
I think I'm starting to understand
Dave's
something
too
about
stubborn.
Dave now.
That was good stuff.
I'm starting to understand
Good stuff,
something about Dave.
Dave, that's good.
So Dave has had a lot of connections with different basketball celebrities.
Oh.
We've covered this.
So Harden didn't play for Lower Man.
No,
he didn't
no,
play
no.
for Ridley. Is that what it was?
Dave tried to slip into Harden's DM and
Get that video up there.
that's the whole. Dave's butthurt that he's not. That him and James Harden are not
What the
besties.
hell is going on?
It's
come
okay,
on,
Dave. It's okay.
Dave, can I just say thank you though?
For what?
I did not expect the conversation to go this way.
Yeah.
I mean, I expect like people to have their ups and downs. And like I said, kind of like roll it back a little bit.
He's podcast gold.
Yeah. I mean, but hold on. I wonder. Like, the question when I first asked it was to kind of see like if after like the time like the dust has settled, how do you feel? And I am surprised that there's people out there I heard driving in talking about how they thought we didn't get anything out of the deal, which
We gave up too much.
here's
buddy
my thing
texted
is
me. I'm like, what?
during the conversation before the trade was made, you had two sides of the coin who overvalued what they had, and I'm just talking about Ben Simmons and James Harden. But in my eyes, we know what James Harden is.
Right.
We have a pretty good idea what Ben is. There could be a change. I'm not saying there can't be. But are you willing to risk taking a guy who could be it's the mental instability. Listen, if it was just a shot, you could fix that. If it was just, rebounding capabilities, ball handling capabilities, basketball IQ and all that fun stuff. Those things can be fixed or worked on or moved around. Mm-hmm. But when it's talking about coming up big when you need him to come up big, or when it's, he just doesn't want to do something. I mean, it's a selfishness that we've really, you can call LeBron selfish. You can call anybody in the NBA selfish. It is a selfish league in some ways.
Mm-hmm. In a lot of ways.
But the ultimate goal has always been to win a championship for these selfish people.
Yep.
I don't think that's what Ben thinks.
No.
Ben likes the contract.
Ben likes the
money. The celebrity.
He likes the lifestyle.
He likes the ladies that come along with it.
Sure.
And who wouldn't?
And Al, we've been waiting. We've been waiting 3 years for him to develop a shot that he never developed.
Yeah, and thank you. And there was another thing I had on my piece of paper that I said he has digressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where that selfishness comes in. In his mind, he's been told his entire life that you're the greatest. You're the next big thing. And he has soaked that up, and he has ran with it. We see it across the board. I mean, even his coach from, in Australia said, guys, duh. We saw this then.
It's funny because they were doing, when Ben got traded, Comcast Sportsnet did kind of like a timeline of things. And they went back to a Brett Brown press conference after he challenged Ben to do 1-3 a game.
Right.
At minimum.
Remember that.
And then, that didn't happen, and Brett fell on his sword.
No, he shot 1-3.
Fell on his sword, and he's like, you know what? If he doesn't develop a shot by 26, then I'd be worried. Hello, he's 25.
Yeah.
I'm to be worried.
My cousin lives in Australia, and he told me, he said he saw him when he was in high school. He said the same thing. He didn't shoot. The other thing.
Didn't have to. He was 10 feet taller than everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when
even kangaroos are saying, "Damn."
Yeah, my wife reminded
damn mate.
He shot the ball in his rookie year. Yeah. My wife reminded me of that.
Yeah,
because she watched the Sixers a lot. She said, I said, you know what he did, and what happened was that Boston series when they put the wall up on him. And he seemed like he regressed. He just kept, he stopped shooting. But if you go back to his rookie year, he was taking at least 3 to 5 jumpers a game.
Yeah, and that
he wasn't taking the threes, but all mid range.
He doesn't take any now.
But yeah, he was coming down. He was pulling up, and he was, Matter of fact, I remember even
in the selfishness in him.
Even in the
there's a mental block.
The summer league when he debuted in the summer league.
Oh my God,
he was shooting the jumper then.
Yeah.
We
always got the summer league videos.
Yeah, and I'm talking about that when he was in the NBA, summer league, when
G League,
that first
G League,
the rookie league, the rookie summer league.
Yeah, he was shooting, but then he just decided.
No, but don't you remember every summer when he was here, we would get the videos of him taking 15-foot jumpers, and and then he would show up in the fall, nothing.
My buddy would go to the game, Frank. He goes, "Damn, I get there, he's lighting them up from the corner." In warm up, pre-games. Yeah. He's lighting them up, shooting them, and you thinking, it's going to carry over.
Nope.
Let's take this for instance, and we're going to move on in the conversation in a minute. But let's take Maxey for instance. 21 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you took Maxey's just go-getiveness and put that in Ben Simmons,
oh my God,
boy, you're looking at.
Frank,
I don't want to say generational talent because I hate that.
You're looking at another LeBron,
but you're looking somewhere pretty goddamn close.
Maxey's fun to watch.
Maxey at the point gave us what we were asking for Ben. We were asking Ben to give us 30. Joe had that handle.
Yeah.
Tobias was giving us a 22, 23 a game. Give us to 18, we're good. Maxey was doing that.
Yeah.
Now Maxey's still going to get it. I know you question that with Harden.
Up over the last
I don't think his point. I think his point's probably might go down with Harden.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I think initially you're right, Dave. They are going to go down a little bit. He's got to learn to deal with being off the ball.
He has to, but here's the other thing. Doc wants them to, every time they get the rebound, to break as much as they can. That's where he's going to come into play.
Speed guy, right?
And they're going to run those plays. It's going to happen, man. I don't see it that much of a drop off. I don't think Joe's going to drop off.
You know where you're going to see the big. You know where you're going to see the big difference in the Sixers in the playoffs, and they didn't have this. Mm-hmm. Their half court game is going to change.
Yes. Oh yeah. And Frank, those 4-minute lulls with no field goals.
Yeah.
That should disappear.
Their half court game is going to come alive in the playoffs like it never did before.
I agree.
And I mean, because it's not there. That's what beat them in most of their playoff series is they don't have a half court game because Ben Simmons wouldn't shoot.
Yeah, and by the way, the year Moses came, Sixers sent 4 players to the All-Star team. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Moses, Doc, Andrew, Tony, and Cheeks.
That was a hell of a team.
So everybody,
And
everybody ate.
And
I'm
it
just saying.
didn't.
And by the way,
Moses-
Bobby Jones became the first six man of the year.
What was
The
it?
very first.
Yep.
They
What
created
didn't
that
Moses
franchise.
win MVP either the year
Yes, he
after?
won MVP that year.
That year?
He won,
That
he won
year.
the MVP that year.
Wow.
They won the championship. He's the most valuable player.
Listen,
And
MVP that year and the Finals MVP.
And here's the thing: is Dave, you could be 100% right. That seems I'm going to say it seems a stretch. I'm going to be honest.
It's a stretch.
It's a stretch, but time will tell, and that's my ultimate thing. Listen.
We'll see the Dallas Cowboys raise the trophy before Ben Simmons.
You can only base your
I don't know
analysis
about
on the
that.
data that you have. All right, I'm going to get
Yeah.
really scientific here.
Yeah.
that?
You can only base any decision you make or assumption you make on the data, right? You're not going to sit here and say, well, Ben Simmons is going to have like wings grow out of his back and fly off around. That's just not making sense. But
Right.
If he drinks Red Bull.
yeah, right.
It gives them wings.
Get some wings.
Take
Red
what
Bull.
we know
Good stuff, Jay.
about both players.
Thank you, man.
Right now, James Harden is the better option. Anybody's a better option over Ben Simmons on the Sixers. And you're right. He can go to any team.
But are you saying that because of averages right now, or just saying that just because?
It's
well, if you want to
play.
go by averages, his
I
average
know,
right now is
I know
0,
Ben
0,
has, I know
0,
Ben has
0,
zero, but I'm saying, but are you just saying that like?
No, I'm just saying in general. He was never going to play for the Sixers
Ever again.
Ever again. He made it abundantly clear he could have lost $10 million a game. I don't think he would have been back out here because if it was about the money and not him being a stubborn prick, then he would have been playing by now.
Wasn't Ben rookie?
Yeah.
Wasn't Ben rookie of the year?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
Wasn't Ben a two-time All-Star?
Did he
Yes,
sit
he was.
out
Yes,
the
he
whole
was.
year so he could
I'm
get
sorry,
rookie of the
I'm sorry,
year?
three-time
Let me
All-Star.
let me
Yes,
talk
sir.
about
Yes, sir.
that for a sec.
Yes, sir.
Like with Ben Simmons saying that he was the rookie of the year, like it was like I never got that. I never understood because
You
he
don't think
never.
he earned
I'll
it?
explain it to you, James. He sat out his rookie year because he wasn't
Exactly.
ready. He didn't
That-
think he was
that's
going to
what
win it. Like,
Yeah, and it's
he should
like
have been the first.
I hate to say it,
hell
but
right
Donovan
there.
Mitchell was right about that. It's like he was never a rookie.
Well,
he sat out his
he,
one year.
could have come back, but if I win the Rookie of the Year, I get more incentives for my sneaker deal.
Yep, exactly.
So
Yeah.
he just sat
Exactly.
out.
That's
That
that's,
should be-
that's
that
what
should
was said. That's
that
what was
should have been a
said.
telling
You mean
situation.
Ben Simmons was in it for the money?
That's what was said. He could have come back that January, but you know what? I'll wait till the fall
Interesting.
No.
and get
Say it
my
ain't
Rookie
so.
of the Year. And
No, I want to see how he does. I
Look,
just want to see how he does. in
impossible.
Brooklyn.
honestly,
Listen,
Dave,
I want to see how he does.
I want to see how he does,
actually
but
plays and see
frankly,
what
my
he looks
dear,
like.
I don't give a damn.
Damon with the ending on that
Give
one.
it
All
to-
right.
Thank you, Scar.
Hey, Dave, he's giving you a pat.
That was Rhett, by the way.
I just want to see. What it looks like.
So,
Good stuff, dude. Good-
I want
good
to see him
stuff, man.
carry on the court with KD, Kyrie. I want to see what it looks like.
so just so you guys know, there are other teams in this city. So we're going to talk about
Yes.
that. We're gonna
Okay.
change gears a little bit because I think we could have gone till noon tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
on that conversation.
There's plenty of gasoline in that can.
Yes, but
This is true.
but I want to talk Eagles, and it's going to be Super Bowl as well.
Ooh.
I'm going to start with let's just talk Super Bowl real quick, and then we're going to kind of jump back and forth.
Okay.
We did our prediction videos, and my fault once again. I'm going to apologize to James.
Hey, don't worry
I
about it. It's
completely-
all good, buddy.
That was
I told you he was fine.
that was a clerical error.
know.
But no, and it's funny from putting these videos together. How many of you guys, not just you guys, but EOP family and the people that we brought in, really picked the Bengals?
A lot of us
A
did.
lot of Bengals love. Can I ask the question? And I'll start with you, Joe. I'll go to you first.
Uh-oh.
Is it the story of Joe Burrow and the Bengals and his underdog story that got everybody hype on the Bengals, or do people honestly believe that the Bengals have a better shot than the Rams to win this game?
So there's two things. Number one, in this city, it's about the underdog because it's the 2017. We're living vicariously through Cincinnati.
Sure.
The second thing is McVay's a moron when it comes down to holding a lead. I mean, he just is. I mean, there's no soft way of saying it.
That's
He's a
Coach
moron.
moron to you. That's Coach moron.
Well, sorry, but he's coach, idiot, moron, all of the above. This is a guy that, when the time gets tough, he just runs. I mean, he just leaves the stadium and goes, I don't know how to coach anymore. I got the lead, I just don't know how to hold it. But honestly, because I didn't get to do my prediction video, and I'm calling him a moron, but I'm actually picking the Rams.
Really?
In this.
You're just going to say talent's going to overrule.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly where I'm leading with this.
I'll tell you, if you haven't watched the video, go watch it, check it out. But I picked the Rams because my big difference is O-line versus D-line.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I don't think,
and you have the best receiver in the NFL.
And I don't think you're going to be able to keep up with that now. You had Tennessee, who had a good defense. You had the Chiefs that had an okay defense. Mm-hmm. But you had the Rams, who have one of the better front lines in the NFL. Mm-hmm. And I honestly, my heart wants the Bengals to win, but my brain is saying, it's hard for me to say. Well, I don't think it's going to be a blowout in any which way. I hope not, at least.
The Rams are going to get up, like I'm saying, they're going to get up real big early. McVay's going to let them back in.
It's going to be Patriots-Falcons? Is that what you're calling?
Not completely, because the Patriots actually won that game. I think this is going to be a point where the Bengals can't make up and they can't pull off the end.
Okay.
So the Rams are going to hold on. Like they're going to grasp that Lombardi trophy. Like thank God they ran out of time.
Okay, and you know what? I think you're right. I think the Rams are going to go up early. But I mean, I have no reason to believe that the Bengals can beat this team because the Rams, they're head and shoulders a better team.
We said that about the Chiefs too. So
I know that,
Right.
But when you watch the Rams in the playoffs this year, it was. I can't believe they won the games they won with the mistakes they made at the end of the game that they made.
Yeah, no timeouts. One game.
By the way,
they ran out of timeouts because of stupid, absolutely mind-numbingly stupid replay calls.
By the way, Cincinnati didn't beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs beat the
themselves.
Chiefs.
Right.
Thanks, Andy.
I disagree with that.
In the game,
go ahead.
In the game before, they fumbled 4 times in the last 6 minutes.
That's true.
And tried to give the game to Tampa Bay.
Right.
Okay? I think that kind of befuddlement is going to catch them in the Super Bowl.
Could be.
And
Cincinnati has to play perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. They got to play like the Eagles played in 17.
They can.
There's no denying that the Rams should win this game going away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I think
What's
this.
the line? What's the line?
4 points.
They're home. They're not away.
Well, that's suspect because people
really that's not a home game.
They're home
because nobody in LA cares about the Rams.
No, really, that's
they will today. You're going to have a lot of front runners come tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon.
It's still 4. It was 4, right? Is it still 4?
Yeah, it's still 4.
I think it's 4.5 the other day.
4.5. It's 4.
Okay.
But I mean, here's
I think Cincinnati's going to wind up winning it because they're going to make mistakes and speaking of what kind of coach he is, did you see the video of the guy whose job it is to pull McVay out of the way on the sideline?
Yeah.
It's like a dance partner.
No, really?
It's hilarious.
Did you see
it's hilarious.
Did you hear that? Like the one time, it wasn't this. The other one, they were in the Super Bowl last time. The guy pulled him, and he almost fell as he's running down the sideline.
He can't even stand on his own.
He pulled, and McVay, his foot went underneath him and the wire and everything. And I'm like, man, someone's got to give him a blind man cane or something.
How do they post that job online?
I don't know, man.
You gotta job opening. You have to be a dance partner for the coach.
By the way, if you haven't seen it, I have to find it. There's a video online where they took just different clips of this guy.
Yeah.
And they slowed it down and they put the song from the Titanic in it.
No, you have to find that.
That was on last night. That's my movie.
You are the master.
That's my movie.
Al,
Titanic.
You're the master of finding stuff online. You have to find that.
No, but they put with my guys with the violin.
By the way, Frank, that's what my search history says too. What? I'm the master at finding things online.
You are pretty good.
By the way, I thought we were gonna start the show with "No Sleep Till Brooklyn" for the whole Ben Simmons thing.
Yeah.
So, but it's okay. Yeah. I mean, listen, it is what
all
it
right,
is.
Beastie Boy, we hear you earlier.
No, but
it's called Facebook and YouTube will copyright.
No, I know.
Yes.
But the thing about the Bengals that interests me. I think I became a fan of Joe Burrows and the Bengals. It was this past. They were playing the Dolphins. I think it was the Dolphins, and it was one of the best games this year, man. I was like, I like this team. I'm concerned about the offensive line because the Rams do have a better defense.
Yeah.
Way better.
The other part of me that I'm not a Stafford fan, but I like him, and the only reason I say that because I was about to say the Pistons. The Lions did them wrong.
Yeah,
they didn't give them any help.
Oh,
And I thought about
The Pistons would have been a better football team.
Well, they did have Megatron there. He was there.
but also I thought about Barry Sanders when he was there, and they gave him nothing, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing with the
Detroit
organization.
is NFL purgatory. There's just
It's the new NFL purgatory.
yeah,
It used
they-
to be Buffalo. That
Yeah.
used to be Siberia.
It used to be Patriots.
Yeah,
for a
that's
long
true
time.
too.
Yeah.
For a long
Yep.
time.
I mean, they weren't called the Patsies for nothing.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah, for a long
but
But
I-
hold on, I want to bring something up here. Billy said something on the line here, and this is why I think the Bengals. It's that house money situation a little bit, but I don't think they think that. I think they're going in there playing like we're going to win this damn thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
At this point,
apparently
for sure.
all schools in Cincinnati already gave them the day off the next day.
yes,
They did?
yes, they already
Oh,
closed.
wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Billy Covington saying the Rams is an all-star team playing as a football team. They've invested a lot into this team. They better
Everything.
win.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing.
They did go all
This
in.
is a push. They pushed.
They pushed.
And if they don't win,
Yeah, they got
they
Von-
could be bankrupt.
And I'll
Well, they're going
ask,
to be bankrupt for the
Von
next 5
Miller.
years.
I will ask this question
yeah.
out. Does this, if the
Beckham.
Rams win, does this change a lot of NFL teams' philosophies on how to build a winning team?
Not the old standard teams. Pittsburgh's never going to change the way they build.
Well, I get that,
Neither
but
is
like
the
the
Giants.
teams
No, Giants are-
the Giants are.
Thank God for that.
Well, listen, even a broken clock's right twice.
I get that. I
So
get that.
can you get away with building like let's be honest. All right, let's roll it back a little bit. The Rams, they were in the Super Bowl not that long ago either. They didn't win, of course. That was just one of the worst Super Bowl games to watch.
Who they,
Yeah.
who
Oh,
they
it
lose
was.
to?
New England.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When Tom Brady was still there.
Yeah.
But
That was a
Tom
horrible.
Brady's
wasn't-
like, this
that
is
was
how
the
it's
minute-
done.
That was
Wasn't the last Rams Super Bowl with what they won with Vermeil, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why.
No,
I think-
no,
That's
Yeah,
the last time
right.
they won.
The last one they
But
won.
they
They
played
were-
against.
they were in
they
St.
played
Louis.
against.
And they were in St. Louis.
No, Goff made.
No, it was
he was the
Tennessee.
quarterback.
wasn't it? No,
Tennessee and the Rams and the Rams
right,
won.
And Rams won right on that last second play. Like I think
Yeah.
he was
They were a yard
yard
away.
short, right?
I was on a cruise and watched that on a cruise ship.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
But I got to admit, I like Joe Burrow's nickname, Joe Cool. Like
Yeah.
I wish I
Yeah, I
had
like
that
Joe
growing
Burrow.
up.
because your name's Joe and you wanted to use
Yeah,
that.
right.
Joey Cool.
Just a
Joey
little.
He should be JC too, because Joe
All right,
Cool.
all
Joe
right,
Cool was
Snoopy,
Joe
we hear you.
Montana.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he should be JC too, not
JC
J.
too,
Yeah,
I like that. I like
yeah, he
that.
can't be Joe Cool because that's Montana.
Joey
But-
Sullivan.
But here's my thing: is like it's the storyline. Like here's the thing with the Rams. Let's roll it back for a second. They make it to the Super Bowl with Goff. Let's just throw that out there.
Yeah.
Goff's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, people are like, oh, we got Wentz.
Remember- yeah, I was about to
Wentz
say,
was still
remember
a
that
better-
battle?
He was
Wentz
so
lost.
Still
scared.
a
That's
better
did you see
pick.
his face? He was petrified at the Super Bowl.
Kind of like a Ben Simmons would be.
that's
true.
true.
By the way,
Yeah.
both Ben Simmons and Carson Wentz were drafted in the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
2016.
true.
And neither of them are here.
Dak was drafted 16 too, actually.
And both are vying for the most hated athlete in Philadelphia history.
Ben wins.
Oh, no.
Ben wins.
Ben
Ben
wins,
Ben
yeah.
wins in
Listen,
a
I
heartbeat.
already had that conversation. I'll put it to bed right away. It's very easy. You can hate Carson Wentz all you want,
Yeah.
and I don't understand the Carson hate as much as we've given him.
Yeah.
But and I'm not gonna. That's a different topic for a different day. But the man tried to win.
Yeah, he did.
He maybe did
Put
some,
us in position.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
He put us in position.
Listen,
I
said
will
if it
always
if
give him acknowledgement
2017,
for that.
if he didn't play like he did,
And he should have won MVP that
didn't he
year
get
as
hurt
well.
against the
even
Rams
with
too?
his injury, he should
He
have
should have
won.
won
The
MVP.
Rams.
Yeah, got hurt
But my
against the
point
Rams.
is
It was against
he
the Rams.
always wanted to play.
Yes.
He never not want. He never.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
never. It was
Yeah.
never.
Oh,
all
yeah, you
about
got to
him.
give him.
Absolutely.
Gotta
And
give
he
him.
wanted out because listen, I don't blame him for wanting out.
Didn't Wentz get hurt against
The
the
way
Rams
things
too?
went down
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
Eagles
That's what
when
I
he was
thought it was the
benched.
Rams.
Yeah, it
When
was
any
the
other
Rams.
man in any other star athlete in the NFL is benched for a reason. Maybe
He's
not
got to
playing well.
drink more milk.
They got to. Come on, man.
He's got to bring more calcium to his bones.
Well, I'm not getting the conversation, but my point is Ben by far has to be the most hated.
Yes.
It
Yeah,
can't
he
be
is.
Wentz.
He is.
Wentz is probably sitting there. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah,
He
he
saved
took
me
the
on that
pressure
one.
off.
Bring back the Got Milk commercials and make
took the pressure
Carson
off.
Wentz your spokesman.
But no,
That's Indy's problem, not ours.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
well, he may not be there either. But anyway,
But
Yeah, I know the owner's not digging
Rams
him at all.
The Rams had a good base. I mean, and
Well,
then they went and they said, all right, let's get a true quarterback. And Matt Stafford was the guy they got, and that's great. And they also started doubling down and saying, okay, let's get Von Miller.
The Rams.
Well, I'll even.
The Rams did something that no NFL team does. No NFL team gives away
draft.
that much of their future
Yeah.
to
Well-
build a team. No, I mean even if you
But they gave
even if
Detroit
you're
a lot
pushing-
for Stafford,
They
right?
might do it. They might do it going after free agents and bankrupt themselves in the future, but nobody gives away the draft capital, and they gave everything.
The Vikings did it.
I'll rewind.
The Vikings did
What
it.
is their next draft pick?
So did the Eagles did back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the Vikings did
What
it.
year is their next draft pick?
Hold on. The next
2028.
No.
6.
The Vikings did it and gave you guys those draft picks. That's how you
I'll
got
rewind.
Emmett knows
Yeah,
too.
I'll
right.
rewind.
I'll tell you right now, me and
Right.
Joe had this conversation a couple weeks back about the Rams draft picks. I remember looking it up unless something changes.
Is it like 2028?
2026?
They have draft picks this year, but I think they only have like 4.
That's not a lot.
No. And I think next year they have 5 or 6 pending on some compensation.
That's
but
not
no
bad.
first rounders.
No first
They
round.
gave all that up for Stafford?
No,
No,
not all for
no,
Stafford. That's why I'm going
Von
to say.
Miller.
I'm going to rewind. Prior to even Stafford getting there, they bankrolled a lot into Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah,
And so they gave up a
That's
lot
right.
prior to
Yes,
that.
they
to
did.
Jacksonville. To
They
Jacksonville.
gave up like 3 picks
Yeah.
for Jalen
Yeah,
Ramsey.
I think it's like 2027, 2028. They get when they get their first round pick.
Here you go.
Yeah,
In
and
2022,
Yeah.
the Rams have a 3rd-round compensatory pick for hiring Brad Holmes.
What?
Who?
Brad
coach.
Holmes.
Yeah.
Coach.
Oh, okay.
Their 5th-round pick, their 7th-round pick. They have another 7th-rounder from the Dolphins for the Keep to Leave trade. They're getting a 4th-rounder for losing John Johnson to free agency.
Really?
It's all these that's what makes draft picks so difficult now. These compensatory picks, and they have 4 other 6th-round compensatory picks as well.
But doesn't the compensatory picks happen at the end of the round?
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't happen within the round. They happen at the end of the round.
Yes, but they
Okay.
still have the picks.
No, I know.
like a pre-
In 2023, they have their 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 6th. They only have 4
Okay.
in 2023.
Yeah.
But they don't have a first one until at least 2024.
Jeez.
And I think they're over the luxury cap. Am I correct?
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Oh,
Yeah, I
God.
thought.
By a lot.
Although the
You would have
worst
thought the
team,
Kardashians went doing the contracts
Yeah.
in here the way they're over
Joey
the
doesn't do that.
the worst team over
No,
the cap.
no.
And the worst team over the cap right now is New Orleans, and that's
Oh yeah, they're in the shams.
Yeah.
That's why he left.
yeah, they're in deep doo doo.
He might be coaching Dallas by the end of next
Who
year.
is their quarterback anyway? It was Bridgewater. Still.
They haven't.
I mean,
figured
Well,
that out
Bridgewater's still there, but I mean,
They
and
still have
yet. They still
They
have
gave
Winston.
Bridgewater,
James
Jameis Winston.
Jameis
Is
Winston.
Winston?
James Winston
Okay.
and I think Taysom Hill.
But I think
Yes.
Sean Payton.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Taysom Hill.
I'm sorry.
Taysom.
I was way wrong. 7 straight years without a first-round pick.
Jeez.
They will have
My
7
God.
The Rams.
total. Yeah, they will have a total. That's
Dear
7 more,
God.
but they'll have a total.
Nah,
of
look.
7.
This
That's
is
probably like at least 20, 27.
This is like what the Eagles did to get Berge.
28 or 26.
This is like in the 60s. It's like what the Eagles gave up like 6 first-round picks to get Berge.
Wow. Oh yeah, from Cleveland.
No, he wasn't even there yet.
from Cleveland.
Yeah.
So they didn't have their first round in
Right.
2021. They got
That's
they
crazy.
don't make.
That's
their-
insane.
The Rams are not slated to make a first-round selection until 2024.
That's insane.
Right.
That is crazy.
So they
Yeah,
gave
that's
up their
insane.
first
How
round.
does that happen?
Yeah, this
So that means they went all in for
No,
him.
they
They
went
went all
so
in.
Jared Goff will be
win,
the
they put
last
chips
first
in,
rounder they
and
have
let's see
until
what happens.
They don't
2024.
go in.
Well,
that's
you know why they did
And
this.
that was 26.
Yeah, but you know why they did
Yeah,
this.
same
You know why they did
That's
this. They did this because they moved back to L.A. A fan base that really didn't follow them to begin with, and they built a brand new stadium. So they got to fill the stadium. And how do you fill a stadium? You put a winner in there. But as soon as even if they do win the Super Bowl,
That's
even
not
if
gonna
they
make a difference.
if they pull it off, they'll have a nice packed house next year, and then all that talent's going to start to diminish. You're going to have nothing to replace it, and then you're going to have 20,000 people.
I was
in the
one of
stands.
however many
How long
people
is
to
Stafford
sign a petition
3
to help bring a
years.
team
3?
back to
They're
LA.
gonna get
Although
They were going around with petitions. Can you help sign it so we can bring it? I
It's-
signed it. I'm like, oh, whatever.
It's interesting because me and my wife went to LA a couple years ago, and on the flight down, like when you're approaching landing, you
beautiful.
can actually see the stadium
Yeah,
outside
out
the
Inglewood.
window.
Yeah.
The reason why they built the stadium so close to the airport is because there's just, people aren't living in LA to go to that game.
Right.
There are people that are traveling into LA to go to that game. So there aren't like home-based fans. So that was one
And
reason.
they got tired of playing at USC Stadium.
I was telling you this a
and
couple weeks ago.
And then the other reason.
I was there when Carson Wentz got injured.
And then the other reason.
You were at the game?
Wow.
Why the other reason why
Oh, so
they
you're
built
the
it
mush.
so close to the stadium
That makes sense.
is because they built the stadium so close to the airport is because they got a deal on the land rights.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And he's not kidding. Talking
No,
about
he's right.
close to the airport.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get out and get your baggage and spit to the stadium.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
It's right
they,
there.
when I was there when Carson got hurt, they were still building the stadium
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
But like you flew like right over the construction site. Like I could reach down and grab a hammer. The windows would open. Like
Yeah, so when I was
that's
living
how
out
close it
when I was living out there, I lived out from '94 up until 2000, whatever. But I remember them going around like he signed his petition to bring the Rams a football team. I'm like, all right, whatever, have at it. And they were that was the big deal to build it out in Inglewood where the Lakers used to play at the old Forum.
Forum, yeah.
Which they still have the Forum out there.
Is
but
that still up?
Yeah, but they have like concerts and different events at the Forum.
Okay.
But yeah, but I will say that town is a Laker fan town. Diehard Laker. I mean, I have a few of my friends diehard Laker fans.
Lakers and Dodgers.
It's Clipper and Dodgers.
Lakers and
yeah.
Dodgers.
But
What about the Kings?
Nah, they're not. It's not a
yes
real hockey
and
team.
no. Like when I worked.
They
at the
won
Forum,
a couple cups. That's the only reason they have fans.
Yeah, when I worked at
With
the
our team, with our guys.
When I used to work at the Forum, and my ex-girlfriend worked there, I used to go see the Kings play, and Gretzky was still on the
Oh,
team at the
okay.
time.
Yeah,
I got a
yeah.
chance to see him play a few times. It has a following, but it's not.
No, it's
it's
not
the
like
big
that.
deal.
Wait
Is
a
the
minute.
Lakers.
What about the Clips?
The
Oh,
Lakers and the
okay.
Dodgers.
What about the
yeah.
Clips?
No, you have the Lakers. You have the Clipper following. You have the
Let's go say
Clipper
there's
fans.
Clipper
You
followers.
have the
Okay,
Clipper
okay.
fans. You do have your Clipper fans.
Only because they've been winning race.
Yeah.
Before
but
that,
even when it's at the Coliseum, you know what? You're right, Frank. They weren't coming. At
you
the
could find
Coliseum.
you can find Clipper tickets
Yeah.
on your underneath
Yeah.
your couch cushion. You know?
No, I'm just saying how many.
I need something to wear
You
my
buy,
ass
you
with.
buy
Hold
2
on.
bags of
Fans out there
groceries, you
somewhere.
get
I
a
remember they
Clipper
did
ticket for
comedy
free.
show.
Yeah, remember how the
Yeah.
Phillies used to have the hot dogs, the Phillies Franks?
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
used to
yeah.
have the
Inside
Yeah.
the package.
Yeah, you cut out something in the back.
700 level. Here we go.
No, but it's not a football town by
No,
no
it's not.
stretch of the
It's
imagination.
not. Well, it's a college football town, but that's
It's a
it.
college for USC, yeah.
I was gonna say
UCLA.
UCLA.
Yeah,
They love those
UCLA.
guys,
Yeah.
but as
Yeah.
far as like the pro teams,
No.
everybody's
Well,
from
I
everywhere.
mean, the old Rams, they supported them. You know,
The Trojan Ghosts
the Rosie,
sucked their
the Rosie
sword.
Greer
Vince
Rams,
Ferragamo.
So
the
Al-
Rosie Greer Rams, and
Al, I have a question.
Roman Gabriel Rams,
Roman
They su-
Gabriel.
right? They
Al, I have a
supported-
question for you. Are you ready for the halftime show?
The what?
Halftime show?
Am I?
Oh, I can't wait for the halftime.
Actually, no. Actually, this is.
It's not bad.
This will be
What?
my first time in.
It's not.
In
It's
in-
really
What?
not. No.
That's gonna be all that. Man,
Yeah.
This will be the
It's gonna be
first
good.
time in many years that I actually give a shit about watching the halftime
Yeah,
show.
halftime show.
Halftime show, I'm usually like, I don't care about this.
Yeah, I'm the
lip-syncing
same
asshole.
way, but this
I'm
one's
gonna
gonna be
grab
pretty
a couple
good.
beers, shove a couple wings in my mouth.
Right,
and-
yeah.
It's usually my bathroom.
I
break.
heard Dr.
No, but
Dre.
this year's built for guys like me.
Dr. Dre threatened that Eminem is probably going to pull a Winky out.
No,
Oh,
no.
this is-
You know what? If Eminem was 23, he would, but he's not.
is that-
But he's not. He won't do that now.
I'm so glad they're starting the Super Bowl at
So it's like
6:30.
a-
Yeah,
What time they used to start?
is
At
it
9 o'clock,
6:30? It
right?
was always 6:30.
No. Remember
Oh,
the
well,
big
no, hold
deal?
on. Let me rephrase. The time was always 6:20, but by the time they did all the pageantry, yeah, it was
Right.
like 6:45.
But it used to be.
I
no,
thought it
I
would
used
start
to
at
be like
4:20
used to
if
be-
you had Snoop Dogg during the halftime.
Hey.
Hey, listen, Snoop Dogg. I watched him call that Tyson, or not Tyson.
Oh yeah.
It was the
It was a Tyson fight. Yes,
Tyson
I
fight.
watched that too.
Dude,
I
he was
did.
great.
Yeah,
he was high as shit,
Yeah,
dude.
he
It
was-
like,
Oh, yeah. Did
wait
you
a minute,
see-
where am I again?
Did you see AI the other night at the Sixers game? Talking about
I was
high.
at that game.
Was he?
You were
I
there?
was at that game. He was the second famous Al in the whole state.
Oh, dude.
you-
Eyes were just half closed.
Dude,
Did you hear that they're
The
going
only
to have
thing
the
the
windows?
only thing puffier on him was his jacket.
They're going to have the windows open at SoFi Stadium because it's going to be so much smoke,
Yeah.
and
he
it's
was
not
feeling
from the pyro.
It's feeling. But no, I remember the Super
Pyro's
Bowl
gonna
starting
give
at
him
like
cover.
8 or 9 o'clock, though. Al?
Oh, that.
No. Super Bowl has always been around 6:20, and then
Oh, you know what it was?
that
It
was the start when they would all stand around to do the national anthem.
It was Monday Night Football. They moved the
That's
time
what-
back.
yeah,
That's
that
what I'm
was
getting
9
at.
o'clock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So the Super Bowl always started at 6.
They always say 6:20, but
It won't start to 7.
It's
or-
almost it's like
Now,
quarter of 10.
now,
by the
do
time
you guys sit down and watch the day's events? Roger Goodell's speech.
No.
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 You don't watch any of that on
No,
CB? Well, it's
no.
NBC this year.
Who wants to hear that con man talk?
Dude, he don't want to talk right now. Between
Yeah.
everything with the Washington
That's all right.
football team,
Yeah, the
Hey,
Flores
James,
deal.
James,
Yeah,
deal.
he's-
James,
No, you know,
we can watch the Puppy Bowl. That's about
Yeah.
lingerie bowl.
Harry Callis was good at that.
I used to watch that.
He
What
was
channel
good at
is that
that.
on? No,
I
what-
saw that.
What
Puppy
channel
Bowl.
is
One
that
night
on?
I'm watching MTV. I'm like, what is this? The lingerie, like the women. They were
Victoria's
pla-
Secret's lingerie.
Yeah, I was like, am I messed up? Like, am I on
No,
something?
but I
had to really like do my eyes a double take.
I
and like,
wanted
wait a
front row
second.
seats to that. I'll tell you that right now.
What was
I'll
that?
pay out the nose for that. I'll pay
But you won't do the
$5,200.
Kardashian. Okay, I got you.
So Al, real quick, Al, real quick, would you take the 4 in the Bengals?
Would I take the what?
Would you take the 4 in the Bengals?
Yeah, actually, if you're looking at it, I would possibly. I think it's going to be a close game.
I'm going down there to see what the.
I'm not saying the Bengals would win it outright, but I could take the Bengals.
Valentine's Day. Hello.
I go for quantity, not quality.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay. No, but honestly, James, would you take the 400 Bengals?
I guess I could talk about my prediction for because I can't get into.
All right, get it in. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
So
Strap in.
I like the Bengals honestly.
Do
Guys.
you?
I really do. Like Burrow, the last 3 games I've seen in the playoffs with him is like I wasn't around because obviously I wasn't seeing Joe Montana, but that guy has a lot of poise and potential to become a real good player in this league. And the words of his former coach, "Go Tigers."
Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Goes from a tiger to
Apparently
a
there's
Bengal. He likes the
And
cat.
I say it's
He's
going
a
to come
cat
down
guy, Joey.
He's a cat guy.
and it's going to come down to a field goal. So 31-29 Bengals game.
Wow.
That's what I predicted, Joey.
I think so.
Yeah.
31-29.
Yes. I did.
Yeah, apparently, so there's a whole lingerie football league now. I did not know this.
Oh, I did.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
Philly-
Philly had a
Yeah.
franchise
Yeah.
for a short stint. Philly had. I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't.
Why?
We did?
It was owned by Joe Marks.
Wait a second, Joe.
Why?
I've said too much. I'm sorry.
Joe,
Why?
Joe, who was
Why?
who were the starting linebackers, Joe?
Who's the center, Joe? I gotta know.
I said too much.
Come on, Joey.
I've said too
Susie
much.
He's not
Coconuts.
wrong. Hold on.
Susie Coconuts.
One of the former teams. Hold on.
Susie Coconuts.
And Ruby Rax.
One of the former teams. He's not wrong. The former team was the Philadelphia Passion.
The Passion, yeah. I knew
Philadelphia
that.
Passion.
Yes, Philadelphia Passion.
They played right here in Chester. They probably played at
What, they played where the Union
where the
played?
Union plays.
Really?
I've said too much.
It's on National Park.
Are you serious?
Joe, you put your foot in it.
Joey, what do you know about the Philadelphia Passion?
Yeah,
My only question is why?
They're real spectacular.
No,
Come on, Joe.
Why? Like,
Spill it.
I worked security down at the stadium. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
you get the frisk. You get the
Joe, I was just going to try and defend
I
you,
had
but
to
I'm
make
out.
sure weapons.
I was just going to try and defend you, but I'm out.
I had to make sure weapons work.
like, but why? I don't get it. Why with the league? Like, why
Because
not?
it sells to guys who can't go to strip clubs. They can sit
Don't
there.
go to
They can sit in their living room
No.
and watch girls in underwear play football, which is
Philadelphia
Yeah.
Passion.
And when I first saw it, I was like, okay. Then after 10 minutes, I was like, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, here's
does
the thing.
nothing.
So here's the thing: is the
I'd rather watch mud wrestling, but go ahead.
the lingerie bowl that was on years ago. I guess it's been like 15 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
long
Yeah.
time, yeah.
It was Victoria's Secret models with a little fake helmet on, and they
Right.
would run around
Yes.
with a joke.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
The laundry
That's what I remember.
The
That's the
laundry
one.
football league, no, they got helmets, pads.
Oh, no, they-
except the pads just don't go like this, and you can see their bra.
No,
And they have booty
And
shorts.
their bra,
Yeah, okay,
the
I'm
bra,
with
their booty shorts have the numbers on it.
Yeah.
They do.
Really?
So you got
Yep.
so you know
I
who's
got-
playing. You
So
gotta
when is
see-
the season?
God.
Like,
So you had to
when
look
do
at
they
their
have
butt
the
to see
season?
what number they were.
They beat the brakes off each other too. Those
They were
those girls-
2009 to 2013. It looked like they played.
Yeah.
So what month is it? Like January? Like is it like?
It was.
It was always
after the
spring,
after
summer?
the
Yeah.
NFL season.
It was spring summer. It was spring summer.
See, yeah. After I saw that one on MTV.
I mean, I have to admit,
And
I
I
watched
can't-
one game.
yeah.
You did?
I did.
and now
I
he's got
did.
carpal tunnel.
No.
Okay. Okay.
I have had carpal tunnel surgery.
Okay. He's gonna get the freaking. Okay, I watched 2. Okay. I
He was
the
a season
playoff.
ticket
Okay,
holder.
I watched 2 in the playoff. Right?
He held his season ticket for something else.
Season ticket.
Everybody that had a season ticket was a
Now,
booth.
now
had a
guys,
booth.
that is the rail.
They had a
in
booth.
The train. Okay.
What time were the games on?
They were midday.
I think it was like
Midday,
It gives it gives a new definition
Hold
of
on.
terrible towels.
Let Joe go check his
in the morning?
DVR. I'll get back to you.
The games were put on whenever ESPN 57 could get them on.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Filling-
and-
filling
3 in the
some-
morning?
Yeah. Filling.
yeah, it was filling stuff. It was.
It was ESPN XXX.
After dark.
That's why I said ESPN 57.
Yeah.
You've heard of X Games? This is XXX Games.
Triple X.
Quite
Now,
frankly.
I do wonder this: who tackle better, those women or the guys in
Yo,
last week's Pro Bowl?
It
I'm
would
not
not matter.
Those guys in
It
last
would
week's
not
Pro Bowl.
matter.
After the
me.
show, look at a video.
I'll
up.
tell you something.
They'll
That
hit- they
the
hit hard.
women's
Oh, they
flag
hit.
football
They
looked
hit.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Al, that
Yeah.
was the biggest joke of a Pro Bowl game I've ever seen.
What?
I watched
What a-
10
what a
minutes of that,
waste
then I
of
went to the
time.
Sixers.
Well,
I
hold on,
remember
hold
as a
on,
kid,
hold on,
they used
hold
to
on,
tackle
hold
in
on.
the
You
Pro
actually
Bowl.
watched it?
Well, here's the thing.
You actually
Here's the
watched
thing.
it?
You understand? The Sixers game was at 3:30.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
The
okay.
Pro Bowl started at 3.
Right.
I gave it 15
So that gave you a half hour to get a
I
sandwich
gave
and
it
a beer or something, hang
I gave
out.
it 15 minutes of my time, and I was done with it. I couldn't-
15 minutes.
Yeah, you
I'll be
gave
done
it-
in a
you gave
minute.
it 16 minutes too much.
Right, I
You know,
did.
you know what's funny?
I did.
You know what's funny?
You'll
I-
never get those 15
I
minutes
used to,
back.
won't.
I used
That's
to watch
15 minutes
it.
of shame,
As
brother.
a kid, I used
You
to
would've
watch it with the helmets because there's different helmets.
The Pro Bowl?
And, yeah, and
Well,
the
they
guys
used to
would
play
tackle.
those games.
I didn't know who
The
was
guys
all
would
in it.
tackle, right?
Yeah.
You would have been better
Well,
suited
wait a minute,
watching
wait a
the
minute.
Philadelphia Passion football
right.
game.
I didn't know who was all in it, so I just wanted to see what players were there.
Well,
and that's why I checked it out.
Back in the day when in the 80s and 90s,
skills
they
competition.
played
In
the
Hawaii,
game.
by the way, which
They
is
played
nice.
the game, but now these guys have become such commodities that their whole existence becomes what they are.
You know,
and if you get hurt in a Pro Bowl game,
right.
you've just flushed a career.
Well, you know what
Like,
happened?
you're the
You know what
coach of the
changed?
team in the Pro Bowl, and you let your stud running back work on the defensive side of the ball, where you get hurt. I'm making fun of Dave because Dallas did that because the coach last year was not, or the year before. I'm sorry, it was the year before was
it Garrett?
It was Garrett, and he let Ezekiel Elliott and somebody else, I forget, play on defense.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, that's right.
Go
I
ahead.
forgot about that.
Wow.
Now I remember, guys, help me out here. He played for the Patriots. It was Pro Bowl weekend, and he injured, and to Frank's point, ruptured his ACL. And after that, it seemed like everything changed.
What, in the Pro Bowl?
No, it was one of those.
It was a skills competition.
skills competition.
okay.
He was a big time running back for the Patriots, and was never the same. And he got injured. That I can't get his name out.
Well, it was funny.
And he
Corey
played with-
Dillon?
That could.
Was it Dylan? He played with Brady.
It
And-
might be doing.
And he had
Might have
just
been.
and he was about to sign a contract. He just signed a big
Yeah.
deal. And I remember it was one of those skills competitions, and he ruptured his Achilles. And it was like
And Corey Dillon came from the Bengals and went to the Patriots for a big
it might have
payday.
been
Yep.
Corey
Yeah.
Dillon.
Could have
I
been.
got to Google
What-
that.
Mike,
But yeah.
That's why. Do you remember ABC had the All Stars?
Yes.
That's why the All Stars stopped, because two of the athletes in the All Stars, I think one of them was a football player, another was a basketball player. Both got hurt doing the All Stars, and that was it. Their careers were over. And I mean, now they're everything that they do
Right.
is based on, because I mean, they're not like us. They can't work their whole life. They don't have to work their whole life.
No.
But they have to make a whole life's worth of money in 5 years.
Froze.
So they took the Ben Simmons philosophy.
Well, no, you see, because they actually
Him
have
again.
they actually have a competitive spirit. They actually have a competitive nature. Ben Simmons does not have a competitive nature. Ben Simmons has a mercenary nature.
Right.
And it's okay to be mercenary, but be competitive.
No, I thought it was kind of cool because they had Diggs versus Diggs. It's just Diggs. Trayvon was playing Stephon.
Oh, that's funny.
No, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it was kind of cool, like seeing them together.
Backyard.
Yeah, it was a
football.
backyard football game. That's exactly
I
what
mean,
it was.
yeah, I
Right.
get that.
Yeah.
I think the whole concept for me with the All-Star games, I think they're just all pointless, frankly.
Yeah,
I agree.
Well, the NHL's become a plate breaking contest.
Oh, that's a
Well, do you know
disgrace what
I
they're doing
would
with the
rather
NHL.
watch that. Like, if you took, take the skills competition, make it a team thing. Like, you take the top 3 quarterbacks that you have available for that on each side in the AFC and the NFC, and put a skills competition with the dummy robots that are flying around, and I would watch that 10 times more than I would watch patty cake between the
Yes.
two teams. Like, it's
to watch Olay go on out there.
the only way I would find even find
That would be
the
interesting.
current version remotely interesting to watch is if I was there.
Right.
But I would only be there for the kind of like the draft, only the pre stuff.
Right.
The game starts. I'm like, yeah, you can have my tickets.
Eventually,
the only All-Star game left that actually looks competitive is baseball.
Exactly.
Well, because they actually get to
Yeah.
fight for something.
Yeah, well, not anymore.
No,
Yeah.
they did the home field.
No, that's
No,
they
that
took that
ended
away.
a couple
that
years
away.
ago.
They took it away, but it's still it's still mano a mano, pitcher against hitter.
I was
Yeah.
going to
You know,
mention
it's
two
still-
things.
The home run derby's fun,
Number
too.
one,
Yeah.
I like
there-
the home run derby.
there was a couple
Yeah.
years ago
Although-
where the NFL they
Bobby Abreu.
even reverted backwards so much so with their the Pro Bowl that they played flag football. They didn't even play with pads on. They played flag football, and I'm like, well, then what the hell's the point?
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, even in like the NBA, I don't even watch the All-Star game with that because they just haven't. I'd rather watch the skills competition. I'd rather watch the dunk contest.
That's a fun game for them guys. That's all it is.
No, it's just.
I mean, the NHL All-Star game last weekend. Let me say something about that NHL All-Star game.
Did you watch it?
What was that?
You watched it?
The Claude
I
Giroux
watched
show.
bits and pieces of it.
I don't watch any.
I mean, there was
I
like
really don't
one
watch the
part.
All-Star game.
There was like one part that you're shooting the puck like playing 21, I think it was.
Right.
And there was another part that the Ducks player was blindfolded, like and
What?
Honestly, no, I'm being dead serious. He actually was doing a skills competition, like trying to shoot the puck.
Give me skates right now.
You don't even need the blindfold.
It was a
don't even
shit
need the
show,
blindfold.
honestly, Joe.
That's sad.
It was bad.
Claude Giroux won All-Star
And he won MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
Like,
Joe.
Yeah,
really?
he won it.
How about Drew winning?
Won MVP,
That was-
Joe.
They
No,
don't take
no.
long
Is that
for him
kinda
to
like what
show
Kobe-
us.
Joe, you know what that
Of
was.
the NHL
Wednesday.
All-Star
Joe,
game.
you know what that was. That was an audition tape for trade in the spring.
Good. I'm glad.
I honestly thought it was more like when Kobe won the All-Star game when they scored like 1,000 points because they were kind of letting him do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's how I kind of like. All right, guys, we're getting to the end here, so let's go around. James, you're picking
The Bengals
Bengals outright.
outright.
Joe,
I'm picking the Rams.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll just hold on to the damn lead.
dude.
I'm taking the Bengals 33-25.
Wow, not even close, huh?
Sounds like your pool numbers
Okay.
might be
I got
there.
the Bengals 28-24.
Yes. And Frank,
I got the Bengals 31-29, and thank you for sitting in for
You're
us.
picking the Rams.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, man.
Oh, we didn't even touch upon
Bengals.
Russell Wilson today.
Listen,
yeah, we will. We will.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna take the. That's why I wanted to do that
Oh,
real
damn.
quick around. And I'm taking the Rams. I kind of like what Joe Mark saying. I think the Rams will come out hot. They'll sizzle, they'll cool off. Bengals will sizzle a little bit, but I think that defensive front's going to be just a little too much for that O line to handle, and it will be. And ultimately, the Rams will
And
win.
what color will the Gatorade be? I just need to know that.
Orange.
Yellow.
Clear.
Yellow,
Orange.
yellow.
Orange.
Clear.
I'm going
Orange.
blue.
Well, they have so like
On the Bengals side,
on
it's gonna be orange.
DraftKings.
That's what I'm thinking.
On
Yeah.
DraftKings props, I'm going to put a video out because me and Joe on our show on
Yellow
Wednesday
on the
did
other
a,
side.
for the prop bets. We just kind of went through all the normal prop bets. It's yellow or orange, yellow/orange or another color.
Okay.
Like that's kind of how they do it. It's like
kinda-
yellow,
yeah,
orange, or
another
the
color.
other color.
The other
That's
color.
kind of
Yeah.
fun stuff.
Yeah, I had a whole list. I printed it out. We did it. Me and Joe. I'll put the video up on Sunday morning, where we just went through every prop bet and just made choices based on
They
that.
put a new
I'm
one
sure
up.
there's one for
They-
a return for a touchdown. I wonder how much
Joey,
that's worth.
They put a new one up. Which celebrity is going to be shown on television first? And
Oh,
had,
they had to. I did
Yeah.
a basic one where it was mainly just around football, coin toss, and all
Yeah,
that.
Joey, coin
There's-
toss, heads or
I like
tails.
those. I
tails
like
never
No.
fails.
Ah,
Tails never fails.
until Joe picks it. Joe's talking about the lingerie bowl again. Talking
Yeah.
about tails.
It's so messed up.
Tails or heads, you always win, right, Joe? But
two-headed coin, Joey!
I've said too much.
that's
Yes,
usually-
you have,
that's
my
usually
brother.
the point.
He just said tails
Joey
never.
says too much.
Wait, he just said tails never fails.
Yeah.
And he's watching the lingerie bowl.
See where I'm going with this?
Well, can we project here?
He's an ass man.
All right, Billy Gunn, we hear you.
Billy's calling an outright slaughter from the Rams, 45-25.
Oh, my.
Oh wow!
All right,
Oh, wow.
Billy. All right.
That would be upsetting.
I think
I
I
want
think
to
they're
see a
covering the
good
spread.
game.
That's
The
going on.
NFL wants it to be close.
Yeah,
the NFL wants it to be
Yeah,
close.
I want a good
doesn't?
game. I don't want to slaughter. That would just.
I mean, when you have I mean, that's why you bet so much for the Super Bowl because there's no skin in the game unless your team's in it. So yeah,
And to kind
I
of
want it to continue like the playoffs have been.
yeah,
going
that's
on.
what I think it's
Yeah.
going to become.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
want
to
that. I
kind of
want
go
that
back
game.
to what Al said with the front four
Oh,
of the Rams is that think about when the Cincinnati Bengals played the Tennessee Titans. He got sacked 9 times.
9, yeah.
9 times.
Yeah.
but I'm saying, him
And that's
being-
not that great of a front four.
no.
No.
Him being young allowed him, I think, to bounce up and not have and he does. That's why he's Joe Cool. He can clean that slate and move on. Like you said, Tennessee's front defensive line is a lot different in LA.
And the thing about it, Al, they wanted. People thought that Cincinnati should have drafted, some offensive line players, last
Yeah.
year in the draft. But They went ahead and got Chase, which was smart because those two played together at LSU. Was like, yeah.
Well, they're saying that.
I know it was in his
I
ears.
had
like,
Jamar Chase in my fantasy league.
Yeah, it was like you have to take them.
marriage.
They're saying
they were together.
marriage.
Yeah, you had to do
They're
that.
saying that could be a trend because you got to think about it. There's two other teams that have similar pairings like
And
that.
we're one of them.
Jalen Hurts with
Hurts and
Devontae,
Not
and
very
Tua,
well.
They didn't work out
Right.
that well.
and Tua and Waddle.
I just think it's a great story that these guys, where the Bengals went from worst to first.
Yeah.
In
No,
No,
it's a great
it was 4
story.
games
That's
last
a great
year.
It is a great
honestly,
story.
honestly,
4 games. And
I hope the Bengals continue to thrive and kind of turn that part of that conference,
Yeah, me too, man.
that division upside down.
Yeah, me too.
Well, if you
man.
think about it, it's a good time because Pittsburgh has no quarterback, so they're
They-
going to do their.
yeah, what are they
they're
gonna
have
do?
to take a
Cleveland-
I'm hearing Rodgers is
Yeah.
going.
I
to
keep hearing
Pittsburgh.
that too. I don't know.
because he
No,
and Tomlin have a good relationship.
I heard Aaron Rodgers might stay in Green Bay.
I did.
Yeah, he
he
won
ain't staying in Green
MVP.
Bay.
I heard a lot about Aaron Rodgers, but until it happens, it doesn't, we don't know.
He won MVP, NFL honors, and
he
he
did already.
praised.
They gave it out.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm wearing my bed. I'm
He won MVP.
Yeah, it was on Thursday night.
It was with
And
the Hall
he
of Fame.
praised the front office, and he praised LaFleur.
I don't trust.
Yeah, but
him.
he's also.
He's a fraud.
Yeah,
understand.
exactly.
He's not
That's what I'm
just-
trying to say. I don't trust
It's
him.
not even just being him a
outside-
fraud. They're all going to say it. Anybody.
Yeah, he's a
if
fraud.
that's Joe Marks up there, you're going, hey, you just spent your career there. I mean, he's 38 years old.
Yeah.
He spent his entire life there. So, yeah, he's going to praise them.
Yeah.
But he didn't say, did he outright say, and I'm not going anywhere?
Right.
Al, if you look around the league, a lot of teams need quarterbacks.
Oh,
If you
me
think
and
about
Joe on our show, I kind of like walked through it. Like,
That's crazy.
there's a lot of teams. I would say like half the teams in the NFL need a quarterback.
I know.
and there's a good portion of them who are getting tired of their current one. If you look at Baker Mayfield and Cleveland,
So let's run them off.
Kyler
Cleveland,
Murray.
That's
Tampa
why
Bay.
I feel like Russell.
Kyler Murray's up. Now his
Pittsburgh?
name is
well,
mentioned.
there's a
Pittsburgh?
conversation with him.
Pittsburgh.
You got
I'm gonna drop a bomb on you.
Giants.
I'm gonna drop a bomb.
Giants
on
might want to look. The Redskins or
What?
the commies are.
you. Yeah.
The commie.
They're
By
gonna
the-
be one.
Yeah.
Carolina.
Sam Darnold's
Yep.
not- no,
That was for North.
Tampa, New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Atlanta probably going to run just because they have the best quarterback now in their division. They're probably going to run at least one more year with
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan unless they
Yeah.
trade him for a big haul. Houston,
Depends on who's desperate because they'll get it.
Indianapolis is obviously not happy. with-
Indianapolis.
They're not happy. Yeah.
You can
Asterisk
still
star
talk-
Philadelphia.
What's your
Asterisk
what's your bomb
Philadelphia
drop?
falls into this
I
category.
got a bomb for you. Don't be
Uh-oh.
surprised.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Breaking news. Did he?
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I wouldn't be
Okay.
surprised if Lamar Jackson's moved.
Really?
What? Why do you feel that way?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I want to know.
I'm looking at
That's a
his
hot
history,
mic drop.
his injury history, and they have. I probably won't happen. I just wouldn't be surprised. I'm just
So you
looking-
think
I'm
like,
saying- I'm
you
saying
think
if a team-
Baltimore sees he might not be able to.
Yeah, if a team comes with an offer,
Oh, listen,
No.
you're listening to offers.
and
I always thought
I could
anybody-
be wrong. I just wouldn't be surprised.
People
I
like
was-
they shouldn't even listen to offers.
That
You
is an
always listen to
interesting
offers.
move there. I can't see
But,
that.
So say, Al, I'm sorry.
I said when they say we don't listen to offers for him.
Oh, of course they
you
do.
listen to every offer,
Of course
even if
they
it's
do.
ridiculous. All right, see you later. Don't talk to me.
Or
again.
just like, and I said this story with you guys when I saw Magic and Shaq talking. When they go, there's no tampering. I'm like, dude, don't you ever tell me that lie. I've seen it with my own 4 eyes. How these guys operate.
They
And
admitted
this
to
before
tampering
so-
on Fox Sunday not too long ago. They were covering. It was I think it was the last playoff game or the playoff series before that. They were interviewing Matt Stafford about a situation.
Yeah.
And he told the story live
Yeah,
on
I know
Fox
you're going around.
how
Yeah.
he was in the Bahamas or wherever.
And talk to McVay.
And McVay and him sat there and talked and worked out a way he could come
Yeah.
to, and he
Well,
could come out. Is that not tampering?
Well, Al,
tampering.
if you
That's
remember,
definitely
McNabb
tampering.
at the Super Bowl was like, T.O., come to Philly.
oh no, that was
Excuse me, at the Pro Bowl.
Pro
Excuse me, the Pro Bowl. Excuse me.
Pro Bowl.
At the Pro Bowl, T.O., come to Philly.
The NBA
That's
bubble.
tampering.
The NBA bubble is they should have called it the tampering bubble.
These guys talk. They have conversations.
They have cell phones.
Yeah. LeBron. Before he left Cleveland, he made it known, I wouldn't mind playing with Wade and Bosh. They were under the same management time, whatever the case was. But he made it known I wanted to play with these guys, and he made it happen. So, I'm going to this tampering. What do you think? They don't talk?
Yeah,
That's like an
and
actor
they
saying.
do it so
That's like
many
an
different ways nowadays. Like,
Yeah.
the guys are playing video games online, and they talk, and they're playing against each other.
Yeah.
There's 1,000 people watching them play, and they say, "You should come play here
Yeah.
in Philly." You're
That's
like, yeah.
why people
Like-
thought Ben Simmons was going to Minnesota because he's best friends with Big Cat on online gaming.
Yeah.
So like they play online gaming all the time. But that doesn't mean. I mean, it
I
can.
thought he was going to go to Sacramento.
They're the same
honestly.
business.
That's where I thought he was going.
First of all, to even think that, Frank, you're in the same business. You may have played with this guy James in AAU or whatever the case. They're going to have a conversation.
They vacation with each other.
Exactly.
By the way,
that's the stupidest. They don't. So we don't talk. We don't. And when we do talk, we don't talk about that.
I'll tell you what's. I'll tell you what's bigger news.
Really?
I'll tell you
a bridge to sell you.
I'll tell you what's a bigger shock is when a coach comes out and says, "Yeah, an owner told me he was going to pay me $100,000 to lose games."
Now that's
now if that
really shocking you? Because that didn't shock me at all.
No, what shocks me is
shock me.
what shocks me is somebody said something about it.
Well, no.
I mean,
Flores was throwing it all. I give him a lot of credit. He just threw it all out. He's like, screw it. You guys are screw me. I'm going to screw you right back.
Well, Flores got screwed. There's no two ways about it.
And he's still up to 2 jobs.
I don't understand how that's unbelievable that was asked.
No. What is unbelievable to me is that came out because that's not the thing you say out loud, especially in a league that is completely based on gambling.
Now it is
okay.
Even more.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, it always was.
I know, but I'm saying that. But
I think that was Flores'
because they've
big
linked up with
he's
people.
He's like, I think he was trying to say, hey, listen, I'm coming after. Did you notice he didn't say it right away, like that part?
Yeah.
He came out first with he felt it was a racial issue and all that stuff. And I'm not saying he's not saying it's not that.
Sure.
But I think because they weren't taking him serious, he goes, oh, by the way,
this is going on too.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, listen, you know the body bag thing and all that stuff. Like,
sure.
I think that happens more than you think. But the fact that he brought it out publicly is a different story.
You know
what happened with us?
Look, bounties happen. Bounties happen. They've been happening forever. No,
Buddy Ryan with the bounty.
I understand this, but this is different.
Steelers.
This is different. The NFL needs to get a handle on this because if it comes out and somebody can prove that an owner got a coach to throw games and you're betting on these games,
hold up.
What does that do to the NFL?
Nothing.
You're talking about losing 7
the
years of
hell it
first
doesn't
round
do
picks.
nothing.
Nothing. Because who's going to change anything? The commissioner? The commissioner's he's a puppet.
No, what happens is the fans go, I'm not putting my money on that anymore.
Not only that, Frank, the sponsors,
the
networks. See, the NFL and
that has such a downstream effect. It's not even funny.
I don't know. You guys may not remember this, but Frank, Big Joey, and I remember this. There were times, Dave, you might remember this, when I remember this. Big Al Michaels goes, God rest his soul. I'm not Al Meltzer.
Al Michaels ain't dead.
Big Al Meltzer.
He may be dead on the network, but
Big Al Meltzer. He would go. The Eagles game isn't sold out yet. We'll know by 10 o'clock tonight if because the networks had to buy, the local stations had to buy
1,500 seats.
Right. 1,500 seats in order for us to see it. The Eagles played the St. Louis Cardinals.
And it had to be done by Friday night at midnight.
Right. So this is where that league was at that time.
Yeah.
Now, that's gone.
There's no sellout rule anymore.
Yeah, there's no. So what I'm saying is this league has grown right before our eyes. Right. I remember being in college. I'll never forget this. Me and my college buddies, we were saying, man, I can't wait for the day because my boy Jeremy's from Denver, and my boy Garrett and I from Philly. Well, you can actually pay to see your team play. It's right here.
Yeah.
It's now the Packers. Yep. We were literally back in the early 90s talking about this. We knew it was coming, didn't know how or when. It was like, there's going to be a time where you get this, because I'm in New York. I'm like, trying to watch my Eagles. The only time I would get them unless they played the Giants or it was, the national game or whatever.
Right.
But it's like to see this evolve to where it is now, to your point, Roger Goodell the other day looked a little shaken up.
No, he's a puppet.
Just a little bit. Like, I have to address this because now these sponsors, they're dealing with diversity all across the board.
When has Roger?
I can't have that affect this league.
When is Roger Goodell? When has Roger Goodell, in his whole tenure as a commissioner, ever put sanctions on any owner?
He doesn't. That's not his job anymore.
But it is his job.
No, it's not.
It's not. He works for the owners.
He works for the owners.
But when
he's not Pete Rozelle.
But what I'm getting at
is
a name I haven't heard in a long time. There has to be this as a commissioner. If you work for the owners, you also have to work for the league.
No.
Hold on.
Hold on.
The league is the owners.
Yeah, but that's the thing is what Joey's saying is that he's supposed to work
for the league
and keep the owners in check, but we all know that's not happening.
Right.
No.
Right.
His salary is totally based on
$45 million.
Right.
Yeah, and a helicopter.
And a nice
that's
apartment in New
why-
York.
that's why
That's
I'm-
Park Avenue.
That's
That's
because
why I'm saying
Never
that
gonna
this
do
is
it.
I'll tell you,
never going to change.
that's because everybody's preconceived notion of a league commissioner.
He's not
is-
Adam Silver.
No, it's based on Kennesaw Martin Landis.
Yeah.
Okay, and where he made the demand in baseball at the time. I'll be your commissioner, but my power is absolute. Okay,
Right.
and when the commissioner goes, you know what, this isn't good for the game. This has to stop. Well, it took the owners 50 years, 60 years to wrest that control from the commissioners, and they ain't giving it back.
But I'm going to go with what Dame said because he brings up a great point. Adam Silver is the latest of some of that because at least with the Clippers, he put sanctions on that owner. Like
he did it to us.
Well, that's
What did the sanctions actually do?
I can't
It
stand
removed
that.
him from the stadium. It
He
removed
had
him from
to sell- he
ownership.
had to sell the
Actually,
team. Yeah, he had to sell the team.
Well, listen, I think who's the owner of
It's
the
gonna hurt them.
He did it to us, and it
Oh,
ruined
yeah,
our team.
obviously.
who's the owner of the
Ruined our
I
team.
Dolphins?
thought they were talking about that.
of the Dolphins.
What's his name? Ross.
Ross,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think after this all said and done, he'll be pulled out too. But that'd be made an example of.
They had to be able.
Because what Damon just said is because it's the diversity thing. It's going to be more than the tanking thing.
Oh,
or
yeah.
the
Well, no,
tanking
if they can prove the $100,000
No,
game
that's
tanking
just
thing,
gonna-
that's
just-
a bad day for him.
That's just going to be on top
That's
of
a
it.
bad day for him.
I'm saying it's the diversity thing is really going to hurt them. Look at any commercial now. Any commercial. It's all diverse.
All of it.
If they take a commercial about soup, and there's multiple families about it, and they have,
That's right.
there's the
Yeah.
gay family, the interracial family.
Yeah.
They it's not just the typical
Campbell's first Chunkies.
Yeah, But that's my point. Like, the diversity thing's going to be number one. That's just going to be the nail in the coffin for him on that one.
So then, how does the Washington owner not even get the sanction before the Dolphins owner?
I think it's they want him out more than anything.
They've
Before
wanted
any of
Snyder
this-
out
They
for a
need
while.
75% of the owners to vote on it.
And they won't
and
do
the
it.
other- and the
You know why they
problem
won't
the
do
problem
it?
with that, those guys are probably doing other business deals with each other aside from football.
Yeah, they will.
Listen, when
They
you're
will
collecting
not. They will not turn against each
yeah,
other.
and you're collecting $1 billion a year just off your team, man. I mean,
not to put a damper
your
on anybody,
mindset
but,
is just crazy.
Tyler Higbee is out tomorrow. He's
Okay,
Officially out.
officially
Officially
out.
out.
for
Oh,
the
okay.
Super Bowl. Yes.
that sucks for them.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard he was a I think it was like a game time
Yeah,
decision.
he's officially.
You mean the tight end that scored 3 touchdowns
How
on
about,
us?
how about,
That's the
how about
guy.
since he's tight end? How about since he's tight end?
Wait, when did that happen? I don't remember
against
that.
the Eagles a couple 2 years ago?
He's
He
gonna
scored
play.
3 touchdowns.
Oh yeah.
We're like, who the hell's this Higbee guy? Like, what the hell?
I
we
forgot
can't
about
guard
that.
tight end.
How's the
can never
Bengals
guard
tight
tight
end?
I don't know.
So
with
far,
I totally forgot about that 2020 year.
Yeah.
I always screw up his name. It's
No,
because
seriously, I
Oz
did.
But
Your
all right, guys, real
screensaver's
quick,
precious.
I heard about the Cincinnati tight end who had an issue with his knee, and then
Is this the
during-
lingerie team or the actual?
No.
Just making sure.
This is Rosie Racks, right?
Rosie Racks. What's her number?
Yeah.
22?
Yeah.
Double deuce.
Yeah, there you go. The Cincinnati panties they're going up against.
Oh my God! Here we go. Rails off.
Would that be
And I've actually talked to Vince at
And I was going to say that
phillysportstrips.com.
someone something off.
I talked to Vince at phillysportstrips.com about, hold on one second, about all these great trips they have coming up.
Right.
I'm going to ask if we get a lingerie game
Oh
trip in here.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
would you be talking about CJ Umazuma?
Yeah.
Yes, that's who I was talking
Yes,
about.
he's playing.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
But he ripped off the knee brace
He did
at the
rip it
pep
off.
rally.
He's expected to play Sunday.
All right, so don't forget
I didn't want to say
phillysportstrips.
ripped off anything.
Yeah. phillysportstrips.com. You guys, it's really hard to do that. You knuckleheads. phillysportstrips.com. Check out they have the spring training games, the ultimate LA games. There's one I don't even have up on the screen here for Orlando where you can catch Phillies and the Sixers all in one weekend. Nashville trip and for the Predators versus Flyers. Nashville's a great city to check out. And, of course, back in Vegas for the draft April 27th through the 30th. And then Frank's dream. I was
Oh,
gonna
my dream.
add boy. I was going to say dream.
Well, I've been to the Open, I've been to the Masters, and I've been to a PGA.
Wow.
So you got to make that
Have you
reality,
been to
Frank.
Scotland?
Make it reality,
Where?
Frank.
Have
Come
you
on,
been to
buddy.
I have not been over the pond.
Yeah, there we go. So that would be the
Frank
British
in
Open
Scotland.
in
Yeah.
Scotland and St. Andrews.
That's pretty dope,
That would be
man.
the place to be. Don't forget Dolan's Bar, 24 East Sellers Avenue. I'll actually be there tomorrow to watch the game. I'm going to watch the game.
gonna watch the
at
game there?
Dolan's.
You'll be there tomorrow?
I will be there tomorrow. And don't forget this great lineup. There it is. The lineup is full, but don't worry. There'll be a podcast for every show.
Nice.
The videos are available if you want to see our faces.
Yeah.
Why, I don't know.
Joe, you just got to remember on Saturday mornings when you walk in this door, you check your professionalism at the door.
Yeah, right. And don't forget Lax Philly. Click on that lacrosse tab for Philly and beyond. Lax Philly's got you.
Said too much.
They got you covered. You always say too much.
What happened to Bird's IQ?
It's on hiatus.
During the off season, they only do like once a month until the season starts.
Gotcha.
Up.
Oh, okay.
But there will be a lot because we're going to be announcing over the next weeks all the draft stuff.
Yeah, can't wait for that. Can't wait for the draft
So
stuff.
we'll probably announce that in March 1st. I'm imagining that's when we're going to put it all out.
Okay.
But guys,
have an
great time
article
sitting in
before
for
then.
TK today.
Oh, it was
Missed a big
awesome.
guy, but it was a great time. As
Awesome
always.
show.
Yeah, TK, we miss you.
Yeah, TK.
All right, guys. What's
up with that?
I'm Big Al.
I'm James Scorza.
I'm Joe Mark. Sorry, Brittany.
I'm Damon Smooth, Salim.
Dave Yarnell.
Frank the
Smooth,
Wisdom
my bad.
Finnegan.
The Smooth.
All right, guys.
Have a good Saturday, guys.
Enjoy the Super Bowl. Be safe. All that fun stuff. And we will see you guys next time. And I'm trying to find...